Welcome back to another episode of Sports Punch. We are back. Keeftootall. What's shaking? Besides ass and titties.
Um, I mean, that's all I really care about is shaking his ass and titties. So, nothing
Mm,
besides that. No, shaking, nothing shaking besides the leaves in the trees, and ass and titties. So, a
that's what
good
we
start
like.
there.
That's what we like. What's a good
But
strip club in Chicago to go to, bro?
I don't know no more. I ain't been to a strip club in a minute, but
What do you remember?
I mean, Adriana's was no, was that one?
Adriana's is not open anymore, sir.
Yeah, I was saying like I don't. Back then, I remember a lot of people talked about. It was just one something diamonds.
Red Diamond
Red diamond was
or
hot
Red
at one
Diamonds?
point.
Mm-hmm.
I went to this one like that's how much I don't really care for them. They still got them weak ass like the Admiral still open somehow some way.
Okay.
That's terrible. That's like a 18 and up like club, and they don't. I don't think they serve alcohol there. But it
Why
be
would
some.
you be at a place that's 18 and up, though?
I mean, at the time when I was 18, I was like,
Oh, okay, okay, okay,
but
okay. You
no,
talking
like
about
people.
years ago. You talking about years
Yeah,
ago.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But people go there still to this day. That's over. Like that's grown ass. It'd be the creep motherfucker. Really, they be the creepy ass motherfucker that can't get no ass from any other time.
I would think it would be a bunch of creepolas in there, yeah, at clubs like that. You know, they trying to crack the little girls. You know, they trying to catch the little buddies. You know, doing their thing,
Right.
having drinks and everything. And
But
pull them out of the club and do what they do.
last time I remember though, they couldn't dance in there. They couldn't show no pussy. So and like Juicy J said, in the strip club they ain't showing pussy. So
It's not a strip club if they're not showing off
it was just them just
their
trying to
woman
do
parts.
a little weak ass dance like, and then they get a little strap of their G string. You gotta put the little couple dollars.
Mm-hmm.
I just remember I was just like,
Mm-hmm.
why the hell am I in here? They don't serve drinks. I'm like, I'm now knowing it's dry in this bitch. It's just straight pure creep off in this bitch.
Yeah, I'm not. I was never a fan. I was never a fan of the strip clubs. Never have been. A few times that I went, I was there just because the homies were in there. But that's not to say that I want to be there. Or that's not to say that's something that I enjoy. I don't really too much care for it. But if you're talking about getting some decent wings and some decent food out of there, while you in Atlanta, that's cool.
Like
You know,
Magic
like I
City, I do want to go check out Magic City, but
enjoy that, enjoy that. You know, enjoy that, have fun. But you there. You gonna see whatever you gonna see, but you mostly there for.
the wings, the food,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. For me,
but
because
no,
I don't really care too much about nothing else. So
but yeah,
that ain't my scene.
strip club Chicago ain't really been they ain't been our thing kind of a little bit. I mean, we got like it's just like we got some spots like some weird bars that like have like just girls just humping on you, trying to dance. Like this one
Yeah.
called All Stars out west.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
And they be hustling. They be hustling the situation, trying to take advantage of it because you standing there or you sitting there, and they just rub up against you and start making it seem like you're dancing with her.
right. So
No, I'm not.
she just, but that's where the creeps go to. This has always been places that are like randomly on a random night, not because I went out there just to enjoy the strip club.
Mm-hmm.
I've been to more strip clubs like outside of Chicago. Like I've been to one in Miami, been to one in where else did I go? It was
I know some guys that like to go to pole cats.
okay. I remember people talking about podcasts a lot. I remember back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I ever went there eventually. I just remember everybody kept talking about podcasts. I was like, what a spot. I can't remember the name of it I went to. It was just like a cheap beer night, but it was pretty decent. It has a couple chicks in there, a couple big booty hoes, some cute chicks, some busty chicks.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a solid vibe. I kind of fucked with it. I forgot the name of it though.
Yeah, they was like, hey, we gonna get together, we gonna go to pole catch, and you're coming with us. I was like, yeah, I know that ain't my scene. It don't matter.
I
We
just
gonna
hate
put
paying
some
for
money.
it.
We gonna put some money in your hand. You gonna throw the money. I ain't throwing nothing. You gonna give me the money. I'm gonna go buy some wings for everybody at the table. We gonna find out this food good. That's what we gonna do. I don't too much care for strippers. You know, salute to all the women that are stripping and trying to pay your bills. Y'all make a lot of money, especially in that era where if you're in the South or certain places where BMF was, and they were throwing so much money that you couldn't see the floor. It was making it rain and snow in them bitches. So I'm sure y'all make a hell of a lot of money. I just hope that you guys invested well in the process of that. I know some girls were down there doing that stuff, but I do hope that you guys invested your money and got yourself together and started making moves outside the strip club instead of thinking that that would be forever, because it's not. Like I told anybody that was down there at that time, you got a window with these guys because of what they doing, and once they make themselves hot and the feds get involved, that window is 3 to 7. You got 3 to 7 years. So make it work for you. And in the process of that, if you don't get nothing out of that, that's your fault. You can't blame nobody else. But who cares about that type of stuff? You know, the women was in there doing what they was doing. They was putting on a great shows, man. Some of them were doing a lot of dope shit. Especially when you go down to at the time, Florida. Florida was even better for that. You know, blue. I think it was called Blue Flame. They was acting a fool in there, man. They was acting a damn fool in there. So. I seen a couple nights in there, but other than that, man, like I'm not a stripper person. Not really big on that.
Yeah,
What we here for, man? Tell the people what we here for. You did.
we're here for talk about the last day, of the NBA season on Sunday. A full trail of games. There's some seeding positions that's going to be battling out. Pretty much, East and the West, who number went 1 through 8, plus the play-in players. See who going to be popping. We're gonna blind rank some QBs. But I remember a few episodes you had asked, could Michael Jordan average 40 points a game in the season in today's
45 and 50. 45 and 50.
right? And I did a little, did a little research, because I always said like, Jordan when he came in as a rookie, he averaged 28 off the rip. Like how many rookies coming in averaging 28 points a game right
Mm-hmm.
off the rip, lead their teams to the playoffs? But to answer your question, if Jordan in today's game or even back then, could he average 40 points a game? Yes, he can. Why I say that? Because people forget after his, rookie season, his sophomore year, his second year, he broke his foot, only played 18 games,
Mm-hmm.
averaged like
Mm-hmm.
22 points per game.
Come on.
But that
Come
man
on.
came back in that third season with a vengeance. He literally averaged in 1986 to 1987,
Talk about it.
he
Let's
averaged
hear it.
37 points 1 points per game, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2.9 steals. So basically 3 steals per game in
And
his
that was
third
the
season.
season after he broke his foot, right?
Exactly. So
37 points a game. Come on. Keep on
36.
going.
So he literally one missed three away from averaging 40, or a missed free throw and a layup or a jump shot that he missed during that process of the game because he played eight. The thing is, he played 82 games his rookie season and his third season. That sophomore year was his second year was 18 games because of the broken foot. Came back, he played 18 games. Came back another 82 games, averaging 40 minutes. Also to average 37 points.
Mm-hmm.
And you tell him that told me right then and there that he was doing that then when you could hand check. Bigger, stronger guys that was like more just rough around the edges didn't
A
may not
more
be as
physical
skilled.
game. A more physical game.
Yeah, so I definitely think that today's game, he could average 40 points a game.
I say 45 or 50. Because you're talking about, remember, this is Michael Jordan. This is a guy whose game is going to change. It's going to adjust to where it is now. He had to adjust to them trying to do all that bully stuff, so he had to work out a lot more. He just thought he was going to come in and be finesse and power and explosion and everything the way that he was. But the game dictated that, yo, young fella, we not letting you in here doing that all the time. So he had to adjust to that. He had to get stronger. And what crazy part is, when you go back and hear these people tell their sides of the story, they tell it like Michael Jordan was the only person going to the gym and getting strong. They make it seem like Mike was the only one going to the gym and getting working out and getting his body healthy and getting his body healthy for the actual season. When I think there were more people than him that were actually doing it and that were trying to make sure that they were good and make sure that their body was well taken care of. They talk about like he was the only one, and he wasn't. Mike was not the only person going to the gym and working out. There were other people. David Robinson came into the league doing that. There's a bunch of guys that was doing that. But Mike got stronger. So in this era, y'all really think this guy is just gonna come in and average 37 or 40 points a game and just do what y'all doing? Nope. He's gonna be one of the top scorers, and he's gonna push his body to perform at an even higher level than you all are. That's what Mike does. That's what Mike does. Mike is gonna go hang out, party with y'all. He's gonna drink the night before the game, and then the day of, when y'all feeling like y'all buzz or y'all having a hangover, he gonna come in and be like, all right, you getting 40 or you getting 50. And part of that was because some of y'all was drinking and smoking and hanging out with him. The rest of y'all that didn't, he was gonna bust y'all ass anyway because he was like, all right, cool. Um, I saw you. You wasn't doing it, but you still getting 40. You know what I'm saying? So Mike did what he was. Mike is gonna do what he's gonna do anyway. It's yo. And also, that was the other thing I was saying. That's y'all fault if y'all was hanging out with that man drinking, and y'all know that man was looking for a weakness. That man was being cerebral the entire time. So y'all can't put that off on Mike. But in this era, fuck all that. In this era where he is going to make that adjustment and be better than he is, where he knows he's gonna need a 3 point shot. His 3 point percentage is going to go up from whatever they kept saying it was 27 to 28% at the time. That shit is going to rise up to probably 35 to 38%. He's gonna make sure that he's good enough to hit that 3 point shot, average 80% from the free throw line, and then be 45 to 50% from the field. That's just the way that's gonna go. Like you cannot stop that type of uh productivity and progression. Is already in him. If Aaron Gordon has figured out in this era that he has to, and other Wemby has to be a dribbler and a shooter and a passer at the same time. Like all these guys are figuring out, they're gonna have to make the adjustment. You're talking about a game where Mike don't even have to worry about y'all being physically imposing on him. So hell yeah, he gonna average 45, 50 points a game. Back to you, too tall.
No, but I just exemplifies his goatness, and he already making waves in the NASCAR game. Like this man came in, bought a team, got on the team, and then took a couple years to learn the game from them,
It
and
do. It take a while.
he's the one man that figured out some things that was going on fishy behind the scenes or like business wise for the whole owners of all in NASCAR, and he went to trial with them and ended up winning the whole thing
Mm-hmm.
and was able to break off bread with everybody else. And that's crazy how like he went from literally like the GOAT of the NBA, one of the few players in NBA that's was able to transition to other sports. Like he literally got cleats for the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Players want to be
Mm-hmm.
signed to his brand just to have cleats designed by Jordan.
Yeah.
And now he in the NASCAR, he literally just won 3, 4 straight races in a row, which is
Which is
kind
dope.
of
He
unheard
happy
of. Like
for him.
to be like your squad winning each one of them now. Like ever since he won that trial, he been winning in the whole races and stuff, and like that his team Jordan
But
is
winning
on
the
fire.
trial made it even. It made it fair for everybody else that's out there, right? That
Hmm.
was the whole point of him taking NASCAR to trial. It wasn't fair. The majority of the money was going to the people who had the money, right? So if you were Sears Roebuck, if you were Italian Fiesta, if you were Ferrari and Corvette, you were getting the bigger percentage of the money because you brought so much to the game. So Mike said it's not fair for these guys, for any of us to try to compete with these guys if y'all giving them the majority of the bread. So that's not fair. So in order for us to actually compete and make it diverse, as they say, or make it equal, y'all got to even the score. Y'all got to let us have a way into the lane where these guys have it. You can't
Yeah,
have it where these are the only guys that can compete because they got all the money. Make it fair for all of us. Give us all a fair chance to do it, and let's see what happens then. Let's see what happens when it's an even playing field, and we all have access to the same money and the same sponsorships and the same advertisements. Let's see what happens when that goes on. And now you see this man won 3 or 4 races, like you just said. So we know what'll be happening. We know what be going on. But salute to Mike Jordan, man. Uh, it's dope seeing what he doing. It's dope to see him happy like that and see the excitement in his face and everything, and that black boy joy that he has again. You know that may cause more kids that are seeing that or from those towns or from those areas in those small towns or in those small cities or in those cities or whatever they are, those regions. They may see that and go, man, I want to get in NASCAR. I want to race for Mike.
yeah. That's what I find fascinating. Like just literally like this player like Michael Jordan or a black man coming to this sport
Mm-hmm.
and be a disruptive already. Just like even through like for the trial, I'm like, oh, I don't know if he's gonna win this. I'm thinking like the good old boy system, the traditional old school, just like was gonna keep it that to keep him down to where he would able to win, or just like I thought the honestly, I thought it was gonna make it worse for him. Like, it's just trying to like hamper him or keep him from doing certain things or just block him from things. But for him to come out and win and get that win that case and like I said, change make it more even for everybody now. And ever since then they've been winning. And I know they mad. I know y'all. Are you mad, doggy? You mad,
Nah,
doggy?
you
But
mad. You mad.
it was crazy. Like they
Ah.
just show the goatness of him. Like they just add on to his lore, like of a goat that he is. Out, in all sports. Like it ain't just basketball anymore. He's worldwide, global. Like that's why I hate when I remember I had a Jordan shirt at a Lollapalooza one day,
Mm-hmm.
and this dude came up to me. He was like, "It's a Bear City." I'm like, and I'm kind of like faded stuff, so I'm not like really like I'm like, man, it's Michael Jordan. Like, yeah, in Chicago, in Illinois, yes, Chicago Bears is overall number one everything
Mm-hmm.
over all the sports, over the Bulls, Blackhawks, White Sox, Cubs. But globally, you gonna find Jordan jerseys in the third world countries or
The
anywhere.
world, yeah, the world is a Jordan brand, but this is Bear Country.
Yeah. And I'm like, even still, like Jordan is the GOAT of all GOATs. Even
That's a
NFL
fact.
players want to be Jordan. Cause like, a lot of NFL players, unless you like that guy, a lot of people don't know your face or see your face daily on enough to know like, oh, point you out like, hey, that's what's his name
Yep.
from this blah blah team. No, motherfuckers know who Jordan is. When they see that bald head, shiny head, they see that tongue sticking out, they see that swagger.
When they
You
see that
know,
black cat, that chocolate skin, they
man,
see
that
that
both
man with that walk that look like he floating. They know who
right.
that is. They know what that is, man, when they see that dude. Everybody know what that is. Chicago is Bear Country, but the world is under the Jordan brand. You know what I'm saying? You got players
Right.
wearing football cleats with Jordan on it. You got people that are in tennis, involved in tennis. They go to Nike, but a lot of them they want to put on the mics. You got boxers, Andre Ward, SOG. He wore everything, Mike. If you go back and look at what he was wearing, he wore a lot of stuff that was Mike. You got Bud Crawford that wore some stuff that was Mike. So yeah, Roy Jones was big. Was one of the biggest fights in the world at one time. He wore a lot of Mike stuff. So it's really been that way for a while, man. And let's also let me address this quick because we already know Mike is that guy. For those who say Mike never gave back, how do you know?
Oh my God.
How do you know? Let's all go back and find out if y'all can YouTube and find out how Spike Lee got the money to pay for his movies. Magic Johnson chipped in, Michael Jordan chipped in on a few of his films. He went to them and asked them for money, or they just gave him the money because they wanted him to finish the Malcolm X movies and all those other movies that he did.
Yeah.
Around Chicago, if you know the Chicago public school system, Mike is chipped in here. He's known for doing that. So for people that say stuff like LeBron gave back, Mike never gave back nothing, you don't really know what Mike gave back because you're
Hey,
not standing next to Mike. You all want to assume that because you want to give another guy more credit than um, the guy that you all currently like, and that's cool. I dig it. LeBron is dope in his own way. He does what he does, but um, yeah, Mike is that guy. He's gonna always be that guy, and there's no way that you can really change the way that is. Like it's just gonna always be that way. You know what I'm saying? There's no way that we're gonna be able to avoid saying that Michael Jordan is the greatest of all time when it comes to basketball. You know what I'm saying? So I'm done. Back to you. Too tough?
where do you rate LeBron? Is he top three at all to you? Top five? Like I know you little you might throw some older cats probably up there as far as like I don't know. Do
And the
you?
greatest of all time?
Yeah,
Where do I rank LeBron?
yeah.
I don't know. I never thought about it because right now, man, in that room.
Even though his career isn't over yet, but I always said let him finish first, then I'll be able to accurately.
Well, see, for me, for now,
But
it's just, but to me, when I look at his career now, it's just about stats, though. Like his career ain't based on like winning, because if he was, this would be going a lot different. Like he would have made sure that they got pieces around him to make sure that he's winning, bro. And
mm,
they're doing well right now, but it's not like winning, bro. Like when Kobe was winning, you could tell like, yo, this nigga is gonna be hard to beat, bro. Oh man, he went and got power. He got run our test. You
mm,
understand? Andrew Bynum's coming along. Lamar Odom, like all these guys were helping, were really like Luke Walton, all those guys contributed. But when Kobe went out, they were able to pick up the swag, the slack. I said swag. They were able to pick up the slack for him. You understand what I'm saying? Like Kobe could go out and get 27, 28 points a game, 25 points a game and be good. And then Powell would chip in with 18 and 10, 18 and 12. Then you had Lamar Odom with 16 and 10 and 5 rebounds or something like that. Then you had Ron Artest somewhere averaging 22 points. Like all these guys were doing that. You don't see that. You don't see that. You know what I mean? And when I look at these teams, I look at them, I go, for LeBron, like, are you there just to for the stats of it all, or do you really want to win? So when you ask me about all time, I go Bill Russell, no order,
Yeah.
winning all time. I go Bill Russell, Michael Jordan, uh, Kobe Bryant. I put Shaq in that room. I put D Wade in that room, right? Um, and then I put LeBron in that room with him. But when you go the greatest, like that room, like that back room or whatever, that room up top that certain people can only go to, like you're not going up there. You ain't going up there in that room.
What about skill wise? Just playing off
Skill
skill.
wise, skill wise, he is top notch, one of the best skilled players of all time. I would never deny that LeBron James is one of the best skilled guys of all time. His dribbling still could use some work. We know that, but it don't matter. It don't matter because you can't stop a freight train going downhill.
It's a wrap now. I
You
mean,
know what I'm
being
saying? Like all time, like skill wise, he know the game backwards and forwards.
yeah.
He knows what plays, what plays these teams are going to run. Like he knows all that.
I
But as far as skill, but as far as like the greatest of all time, like you dope. You did what you did, but you know, not like that.
Nah, yeah, I feel like he definitely got, if not the top IQ, IQ,
High Q.
IQ. Yeah, he got a high IQ for the game. He definitely, if he ain't the number one, it's probably definitely number two. But
Mm-hmm.
skill wise and stuff, just the player, like basketball, he definitely up there for me as well. It just, I mean, he got, I ain't like he's lucky, but just being 6'8" and 250 pounds and strong as you are, I'll give him that. He kept his body in shape. He invested in his body to be able to be healthy for every year of his career, basically. No really long term injuries, and like I give him that because if you want the player to be able to, have a long career like that, and as long as he did and stuff, you
He
know,
stayed in great shape. He did very good. And when people say he spent $1 million on his body, man, it could have been five. It could actually be $5 million that this man spent on his body. We don't know, man. And I'm not here to count his pocket, but LeBron, whatever you did to stay fit and stay uh, active and keep your body in tune and keep your engine running like that, you did a hell of a job. If it's hyperbaric chambers, if it's proper resting, you know what I'm saying, whatever it was that you did, dude, you did a hell of a job keeping yourself around this long. But when we say winning, man, like LeBron has won. Miami helped him greatly. From Miami he went back to Cleveland, he won again, and then from Cleveland he went to the Lakers and won there. So you could say that's one of the few guys who's won a championship wherever he's been. Like I'm not gonna knock him for that. LeBron did some
yes,
crazy work out here, so I'm not gonna knock him for that. I'm not gonna knock him for that. But
no,
when I say like great, when we start picking teams, it's a list of guys. A small list of guys. I'm gonna pick before I pick him.
I got him
You
at
know what I
three.
mean? You got him at three
Yeah,
all
like
time.
three. Yeah, I flip flop between him and Kobe. Like I don't want to forget Kobe and what he did for the game and how he approached it. That's the thing. Like his mentality, the way he went for it. And when he was able to get good teams, he made the best out of them. And when I seen when he was at the end of his prime or somewhat of a prime, and LeBron was young in his prime,
Hmm.
Kobe was the one getting the wins over him, and was trying to go at him in the game. And in time, LeBron trying to shy away. Even in the All Star game, it's like that's when it kind of went down the hill for him as far as like people lost a little respect for him when Kobe was trying to get at him in the All Star
Yeah,
game. Like,
and he
come
was
on, make
backing
this a
away.
1-on-1.
Yeah.
Like, well, give everybody what they want to see, and you want to pass it off to somebody else. I'm like, come on, dog. But I can't deny the greatest he has. Like, if I wanted a player like to be like a all NBA player that like I could create and just start off. career wise, why not take a 6'8", 240, 250 guy that can jump as high as he does, block, defense, strength wise, quickness, but like, there are some other things in his part of his game that I wish he improved. But I always said after he won that championship with the Lakers, that any year after that, since then has been just stat filling, just chasing stats, trying to build his resume up to be the greatest, which he has, and because of his longevity and be able to stay healthy to play every game. But
Here's the thought. I thought that when he won that first championship with the Lakers, they were definitely going to bring those guys back so he could compete again.
that's what they should have did.
I thought they were going to bring Dwight Howard back. I thought they were going to bring the rest of that team back so they could.
Rondo,
All those guys. You had Rondo. Why wouldn't you bring a team like that back?
but
Why
also
wouldn't you?
that's where I kind of kill him for like being the GOAT. Like if I don't put him in number two, because like look at the help you had towards your the championship you did win. Like you had on the first one it's you KD, I mean like, you Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh. You know that's a crazy nice little team right there. Then you end up getting Ray Allen. A couple other players.
Mike Miller, all those guys.
Yeah. Then you went to Cleveland. You win there, you got Kyrie, you got Kevin Love, you got I ain't say Tristan Thompson. He's not a guy like that to me, but you loaded up on players that like help keep get that team. Even though that one, I give him more respect on that championship. Like that, I feel like that was the best LeBron, honestly, low key. But the Lakers, Rondo, who's a future Hall of Famer, probably more than likely. Dwight Howard, already a Hall of Famer. Anthony Davis, going to be probably. Ooh, that might be a question. Like, will AD be a Hall of Famer? Probably so, but yeah, injuries wise, it could have been anything. But no, you got a lot of help, and then right now you got Luca, you got Austin Reeves, Marcus Smart. You've been getting loaded up with players like to surround you to win these championships, and
I hear you. I hear you, but that's what I'm saying. Like, as the main guy on that Lakers team, you mean to tell me you didn't have any authority to tell them, hey, keep this team together. I need Rondo. I need that guy. That guy's a point guard. I need that guy. And I need the big fella in the middle. I need him. I need both those guys to anchor the middle because nothing is getting in there. And we can slow the game down with them or we can speed it up because Dwight can run. He can gallop down the field like a horse. Excuse me, and so can AD. Like those are two guys that can get up and down the floor. You needed those guys. Why didn't you lobby for keeping those type of guys around? Where that second season and that third season, we could have seen for sure that you guys were going to definitely win that championship. We didn't get that. We didn't get to see what that looked like having those guys. Man, they broke that team up for whatever reason it was. They broke that team up. So him getting that fifth ring and that sixth ring was right there, but it didn't work for whatever reason. I hate that. I hate that for him for the fact that it didn't state that they didn't keep that team together to keep him winning and keep the Lakers on a good run and on a good pace because you're talking about with that team, right? He's walking back into the same situation for the next couple seasons, knowing that those guys are there and that's what they're thinking about. They're thinking about winning. They're thinking about championships. Y'all broke it up and then y'all had to start all the way over again. Now, whether LeBron does care or doesn't, I don't know. You never hear enough from him about it. They always say that, oh, he's always manufacturing what's going on behind the scenes. And if you are, you did a terrible fucking job of keeping that team together because you knew you need to win. There's people who are going to say there's an asterisk by that season, the same way they say about the Spurs in that 1989, 1999, 1998, 1999 season. They say it's an asterisk by that, but they came out years later and they did it again, and that's what I was expecting them to do with the Lakers. But when you talk about all time, bro, and you talk about LeBron. LeBron is in that room, but he ain't in the upper room. He ain't in when Jesus. He ain't in that room, bro. He ain't going up to the upper room, bro. You know what I'm saying? Here's a guy with four rings. But so if we throw him in there, I had to put Steph Curry in. I had to put the chef in there. The chef came in years later behind him and won four rings with the same team.
yeah,
After and won
I
what
mean,
one or two after Kevin Durant left.
he won one after Kevin KD left, and that's where it's like
After KD, yeah.
he did. So he won one before and without KD, but. who knows if he would have won two more without KD, like all four without KD. So it's like it's one of those, man.
Shit.
I wish it the players would have been KD would have stayed in OKC just to see like all right could he have done it? Maybe they would have found somebody else to add on to that team, but
The West has always been so competitive, bro. Just to see all them guys out there on a court playing in a Western Conference, if they could have kept the OKC, that original OKC team together, if they could have kept all those guys together, or just three of them, Harden, Westbrook, and KD, the Durantula at the time, what they would that they would call them,
yeah, I
it'd have
remember.
been dope to see that if they could have kept them together. But we that never panned out. It didn't pan out for us to see it that way. Management decided that Ibaka was worth more of the price than James Harden was. So we got James Harden in Houston, and he went and balled the hell out. But from what I seen on certain clips, he didn't want to leave. He wanted to stay.
Yeah, I'm sure
But
he did.
they wanted more of an offensive presence in the middle. I mean, a defensive force in the middle, and they got it. And with Kevin Durant being so light in the ass and not really being that guy that could play that the three and the four spot here and there and step out and guard guys and rim protect, like he ain't that type of guy. So it went that route. But man, that top of that list, man. I'm throwing Steph Curry in that room though, just because of what he's done and his ability, how he's changed the game.
If you,
I gotta put him. I gotta put the chef in there.
yeah, if you
I
change
gotta
the
put.
game like permanently, you
Mm,
definitely in there.
I gotta put him in there. I
And
gotta put him in there. And
everybody say he the most annoying person to guard or hardest to guard because you got to chase him around the whole time. So it's like if you got something like that, yeah, he definitely entered his way in the top 10. I feel like in players league just off what he done,
100%.
which is crazy. I
100%.
thought I would never say that, but
Really? You thought you would never say that? Come
like
on, bruh. Stop.
no, like come on, Ezra, you never thought you'd be like Steph Curry would be a top 10 player of all time when he first got drafted
Stop. Oh, when he
or
first
when
got
he was in
no,
college.
no,
You never thought that. Like, come
no,
on, man.
no. I never did. Never. I was looking at him like, man, if he can stay healthy, he gonna be a dog. And
And
then all of
yeah,
a sudden,
that was the thing, like especially in the beginning when he was hurt every year because of the ankle injuries. Like I'm like, it's an ugly start, bad start. But
and then it start rounding out. We see Klay Thompson developing. We see them come together, and the Splash Brothers start to really come through, and they develop this chemistry on the court. And then, from what I understand or was told, Steph Curry said, if you come here and you a guard or a forward, you gotta be able to shoot the ball. No one can be on this team and not shoot the ball. Everybody shoots the pill. So, yeah, Steph Curry is definitely in that top ranking. Salute to Steph Curry as well. But we already talked about that. We did an episode where we said he was a game changer, and he was going in that room, and he might go into that upper room just because of him being with one franchise and changing the game as well, you know.
that's
But
true.
no motherfucking body got as much global appearance and recognition and notoriety as one Michael Jeffrey Jordan, number 23 for the Chicago Bulls.
He made ball head cool, earring with the loop in cool. Motherfuckers had like Mike shirts, like Mike commercials, had movies, VHS of his when he retired the first time, and and still kept them. My brother still got that to this day, So yeah, until mother start doing that, until mother start dying over, buying shoes and stuff for your shoe and all this stuff, I ain't trying to hear from nobody else as far as who to go. You could probably say LeBron is the best player like overall, but the goal of this NBA stuff or basketball, like this man had literally a clause in his contract for the love of the game. Like I can hoop anywhere I want, even
He
outside of
did. He did.
just because I want.
Kobe had it too. I think a
So
lot of them got it now. And some of them just be risking it. They just do it whatever. And
that's
can you
true.
imagine Allen Iverson in this league today?
Oh
You
man.
can't hand check and you can't do all that with AI. And as
Yeah.
much as he got to the rim,
And that's how cold he
imagine
was.
that.
That they got rid of his signature move, his crossover, because they didn't know what to do with it. Like, oh man, is that traveling? Is that not traveling? He keep cooking motherfuckers. That's how I know. That's why AI is one of the greatest of all time, and like everybody revere of his love. Like and when you talk bad about AI, people will let you like, hey man, calm down, relax. Like there's only a few people
And they
players that
still
people.
using the move. They still use the move. Every game, every day you see it, that move is still being moved. Used. I said move. It's still being used. People still use that
Still
move,
being
bro.
moved, yeah. I was still. high up, bring it down. That was one point I was doing when I was younger, thinking I could be AI, but I'm like, nah, I'm too good.
Yeah, when he was going all the
Get
way
your
up,
ass in the
doing it like
post, like,
that,
oh,
and
that.
coming down, I was like, oh snap! But then they said, no, do it low, go from side to side, sweep, sweep. We can do it, but yeah, AI, another game changer as well, bro. Yeah, where we
Which
at with it? Where we at?
and let's talk about the different phases of these players. Like, which version was your favorite of these greats? Which LeBron was the best? The first go around with in Cleveland, young LeBron, right off
Mm-hmm.
right out of high school.
Pick it, pick it, pick it, pick it,
The
pick it, pick it.
Miami from 2010 to 2013, 14. The Miami Heat LeBron. The second go around, the second version of the Cleveland Cavaliers when he won the championship, LeBron, or the Lakers LeBron. Which one you felt like was the best player, or you would pick to be like, all right, that was the best LeBron that you seen?
So I like the LeBron in Miami, but I like the LeBron the second go round, the championship of LeBron in Cleveland. I like that Bron a lot more. The
Yeah,
one in the one in the one in Miami was just really unfair because you really weren't gonna do much with them two guys running down the court like that, and you had to
once,
pick your poison.
especially once they figured it out, like, okay, this is how we got to do
The second season, once they had that second
it.
season in Miami, it was pretty
Mm-hmm.
much a wrap because it was just like, hey, we're gonna be high flying, we're gonna get up and down the court, and we're gonna be exciting. It's like watching a different version of the Lakers. It was like Pat Riley may have told them, hey, y'all need to get up and down get up and down the court and fly, do the Showtime, be like the Showtime Lakers. It'll work well for y'all doing that. But um, I think the LeBron that had to come back and he had to own it and he had to show that what he learned. Because, like, to me, Miami was his college. That was his graduation. That's where he got his master's, right? And he came back and he went to Cleveland. He was like, all right, this is the way it needs to be done. This is how we need to win. We got the young fella. I'm the older guy. I can teach him the game. I can break the game down for him. And this would be his team so I can get out the way because I don't want to do this forever, right? Which was the whole thing that he was trying to do. And then Kyrie felt, uh, a need to go somewhere else. So with that said, I feel like Cleveland, that second time around in Cleveland was his best one, especially with him getting the win, because that getting the ship, because it was him saying, "I'm about to put it all on the line. I'm about to go for the gusto, and no matter what happens, I'm coming out of this knowing that I put everything out there. I gave everything. I emptied my vessel, and I didn't get it, or I emptied my vessel and I did get it, and I'm gonna just be happy with that. And I'm a bow out, or I'm gonna just sit here and I'm gonna have to just take it. You know what I mean? You guys aren't just gonna say that I don't love the game and I don't have an appreciation for it because I do. But the game, if it's not meant for me to win a championship, it's just not meant for me to be. It's just not meant to be for me. So I like that second time around in Cleveland.
I agree. I think that was the best overall LeBron. The second go time LeBron, like with the Cleveland Cavaliers, like when he came back, learned everything. I think that physically, mentally, IQ wise, he able to hone in everything and do everything he could on that court. He had control of the game. He had control of the game in Miami as well. But like it's just like everything that he did, I feel like I looked at it, I'm like, man, this is where I was questioning, like, he might be in the play the league. I don't know, man.
Yeah, yeah.
But the Miami LeBron though was a nasty monster. Like
That was a
physically,
nasty
like
dude.
his fastest, his stronger, his most athletic. But also he had a great mind and just like what he learned from Cleveland, where he learned with Dwayne Wade and Bosh. Like he was able to once you gave like he gave you a game, like he gave you one game, like you might bust their ass, but like any other game after that, once he figured it out, game two, three, four, whatever, it was tough to beat. So like physically,
Yes,
like
indeed.
he chasing you down. He had more of a lockdown if he wanted to. Like not all games he wouldn't probably necessarily do it, but if he has
But he
a
could sit in
certain
that chair with you. He could sit in that chair and hold you
yeah
down.
yeah. So, and if he had to stick you or like if it was Melo or somebody or LeBron, D Rose, Even DeRozan, like the he stopped a few players from winning too. I ain't gonna lie, he stopped DeMar and the Raptors. Like the Raptors could not. They played them so many times that they could just not get past that man. The Bulls, we couldn't get past them when we had them. Had to face them in the playoffs from before when we had just Kirk Heinrich in them. Then when Derrick Rose came. But I feel like Derrick Rose led team was probably the most likely team that could knock him off his foot.
It
We
wasn't
had
enough. We just didn't have enough firepower, bro. Like we had the guys that could play defensively. We had an okay offense. I would say like our offense that offense was 70 to 75% of what it should be. But to me, you still would need again that 25 to 30 point score,
Melo.
like Melo. That we didn't have to fill that need. And because we didn't have that, it made it tough for us to really balance that out and get over that hump because the biggest thing that was standing in our way was that Miami team. I don't think nothing else after that. Once we would have put them out the way, I think we're looking at a situation where the Bulls get one or two championships with a team with Melo on it, Kirk Heinrich, if Ben Court was still around, Joakim Noah, Taj Gibson, a young Jimmy Butler. I said Kirk Heinrich, all those guys. I think Richard Hamilton may have been on one of those teams or something like that. Like we
Yeah.
had different guys at that time that would have been able to help out and keep us active and keep us, running up and down the court with those guys. And we needed that, and we didn't have it. I can't just blame Melo because Melo didn't sign no contract and he wasn't here playing ball. But I can blame you for not bringing your ass here and getting your ass to a championship while you was struggling over there with the New York Knicks hooping in the garden. And it'll look cool, to go to the games and all that. And you balling out and you busting 25, 28, 30 points a game. Like that shit look cool, but in the end, you were the only guy because microfracture surgery happened to Amari
Tomorrow.
Stoudemire, and he couldn't do too much
I,
out there.
I will give them like I mean Amari really got it back cracking in New York, but like obviously he ended up getting hurt eventually, but like him and Melo made it back popping to be cool to be playing for New York Knicks. Like there was a couple stretch of years where it was not nice to go. Like nobody wanted to go to New York. I ain't say nobody wanted to go to New York, but like it wasn't a good time to go to New York. When they had
It ain't.
those rough years after they went to the finals in '99. So it was like those. It's kind of like the Bulls. Like yeah, they went through some struggle too. And they made it back popular. They made it cool to go back to New York and have some type of life and watching the Madison Square Garden game until obviously they was able to bring back
Phil Jackson.
Jaden Brunson and all that stuff. So
Phil Jackson
he fucked that up.
he was taking a dump on Melo every chance he get. I didn't understand it. I don't know if that was because he had a relationship with George Karl. I don't know what it was. I don't know if they were doing that to psych him out, and get a better performance out of him. But a lot of times, man, when y'all be doing stuff like that, man, y'all really make players wonder, like, what type of man are you to be speaking into the newspapers? What type of person are you to speak to the players, to speak to the newspapers about me and put all this stuff out instead of just talking to me directly? Like this is a different generation. This is a different generation, or at that time that was a different generation. And Melo come from a place where you can't just say stuff in the paper because he ain't part of the mind games that y'all doing. Like you got to go tell him to his face. The same way that Mike would be in Denver and would be in a locker room talking to him. You got to be in dude's face, man, for him to understand it, so he know that you mean it. You can't be saying it in the paper because then it looks like a slight to him. It looks like you just trying to talk some shit, but you don't want to see me directly. And if that be the situation, man, just don't say shit to me at all. But I'm sure Melo might have a different outtake on that. But Melo, your ass should have been here, boy. I swear to God. I'm sure we would have been like one or two that we would have been looking right at, dog. I'm sure it would have been one or two we'd have been looking right at.
Yeah. So yeah, I got the second version of Cleveland Cavs LeBron and to Miami. Right after that.
Because
First,
that second stint, he was really going out there giving it everything he had, bro. Like
yeah,
this dude was going out there giving you 40 points, 15 rebounds, and 12 assists on any given night. Like that was crazy.
yeah.
That
I
was
just
crazy.
It's just like everything he was doing, he just saw it coming on the court, like he just knew what was happening next and calling it out and just playing like that game, like that. He lost the game. That game against the, I want to say it was against the Warriors, wherever that game where J.R. Smith ran out the clock because he thought they had. the ball, to call a timeout or something instead of shooting it.
That
That
was
game,
disappointing to see.
that
That was
I that,
disappointing. That was so
I like,
disappointing to
and
see him
LeBron
do.
was like, "What the fuck?" Like that was probably the game. I'm like, that was the one game. I'm like, man, this is where he might be the GOAT. Like this game, right? If he pull off this win, he did everything in that game. Literally, like I think he had 50 some points. Damn near like almost
It
maybe
was
a
a
triple
triple
double.
double. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was like,
Either it was, I can't remember. It was like 15, 9, 11. It was a
hmm
crazy stat like that.
so and it was against the Warriors. So I was like, man.
It was.
So I'm like, that's where I was like, okay, then that's the best LeBron I've seen. And it's the Miami LeBron was wild too, though. He did some crazy stuff too. But
He did. He was
Cleveland,
wild. He
the
was
first
crazy.
Cleveland LeBron, like the Cleveland when he was against Detroit, when he went crazy in that
Not a
third quarter, fourth
slouch. He
quarter,
wasn't slouching. He wasn't slouching.
or
But
was it the Celtics? One of those
again,
teams, it was like,
it was the Detroit Pistons he couldn't get past at first, I think. And then it was the Celtics. But the same thing there, like with LeBron, man, like he taking these average ass teams and he doing the most with them. That's what they were saying. But then when you go back and look, Zadrunas Ilgauskas, he may not have been an all-star, bro, but the motherfucker was putting up 16 and 12 every night. 17 and 12. Like this, the motherfucker was really out there balling. Like he wasn't no slouch. Drew
yeah,
Gooden wasn't no slouch. Everybody keep talking. When you go
Larry
back and look,
Hughes.
Larry Hughes, Anton Jameson, like it ain't like you just had bullshit ass players on your team, bro. That was not the case. So for any people who wondering like, man, he who was on them teams, just go back and look at them teams when he was doing it early on. I ain't talking about the first year. I'm talking about the like that second and third year when he started to figure it out, right? And he started saying, "Yo, oh, I can do this." Those guys that were on those teams were not slouches. Majority of those guys were averaging the same kind of numbers that Scottie Pippen was averaging. And sometimes he had two or three of them. He had Carlos Boozer. He had Zadrunas Ilgauskas. Like those guys were putting up numbers. They weren't bogus players. If I recall, Carlos Boozer was an All Star.
Ended up being eventually, yeah.
He was an All Star when he was with Utah, I think.
Then Houston, but not when he was with Cleveland with LeBron. I was saying, like,
Yeah,
eventually he became an All Star. So Big Z, he was an All Star. I think one or two of those years with LeBron.
yeah, like once or twice with LeBron. With LeBron, Zadrunas was an All Star, but he had decent guys on those squads, man. It was
Larry
just
Hughes
that Larry Hughes had came over there at one point
just
in
came
time.
from Washington. He was a top defender in the league at one point and could score, get his
That's
own.
another reason why I don't argue about it. I'm like, man, if y'all go back and look at those teams, all y'all do is further prove that y'all have to make excuses and move the goalpost for a guy that had people around him that could hoop, bro. Like
Look,
y'all keep moving it. Y'all move the goalpost every time. Look, it'll be he 40 years old running down the court dunking. Yay! And then when it's time to really do what he's supposed to do, it's come on, man. He can't take that team down there, man. He 40. Y'all can't have it both ways, man. Either the man can do it or he can't. And I'm not saying that he got to lift the heaviest burden of all, but he got guys around. DeAndre Ayton can hoop. DeAndre Ayton can hoop. I don't know if he depressed or if he's smoking too goddamn much, but he can hoop. He can
when he
get 18 and 12 every
when he
night, and he can
wants
get
to,
more
that's the
than
thing. Like
that's
I
it.
when he wants to, that's why I seen the game where like, bro, he don't want to do it tonight. He don't got the goal, the I don't know that fire in him every night to do it. But like when you give him the ball, like he one of those like big men like give him the ball early, he'll be playing defense offense all night. But if you go some stretches where he don't touch the ball at all, or he gotta keep like set up motherfuckers up,
Yeah.
he'll get disinterested in like his mind off the game and won't pay attention as much or like he won't give it his all as much. So
Okay.
for sure,
But bro, DeAndre Ayton can hoop. Also, Reason
yeah,
shown that hey, I'm
he can
developing
hoop.
my bag.
White boy code.
So I can, yeah, so I can hoop. And then they got guys on that team. LaRavia is playing. My buddy Westside Connect need to be out there hooping, and y'all not giving them, y'all not showing them no love. That's y'all fault that y'all fucked up the trade. That ain't got nothing to do with him. But put him out there. Let him ball. Let him ball. You understand what I'm saying? Like they got people out there that can hoop. Maybe it's the coaching. I don't know what it is, but I would be utilizing these players, man. I wouldn't just have them sitting on the bench. Like these people around LeBron can hoop, man. It ain't like they can't.
Now, yeah, now they got to because you got Luca and Austin Reeves hurt, so now you got to play them, and it's too late because like you ain't got enough games to build up their confidence
You
up
don't.
or get
You
them ready for
don't.
the playoffs. So at least hold them down to like at least a couple games to where one of them maybe come back. But I don't even know if they'll be able to make it back for the first round. If they do, obviously make the playoffs, but they will. But it just depends on what spot they'll get, which we'll talk about later. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So which Kobe Bryant version? The number eight Kobe or
Mm.
number 24? So the first 2 years, 97, 98, 99, where a little struggle, not playing as much, airball
He
some
was learning
shots,
the game. He was
learning
learning
the
the
game,
game.
but
Yep.
still rookie, rookie season went to the All Star game, played against Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Won three championships, the first 2000, 2001, 2002,
Mm-hmm.
with Shaq as number eight, Kobe.
I like number 24.
Number 24, it was some
I
ugly
like number
stretches.
24. I like number 24. Number 24 had to go out there and grind. He had to go out there and get it. 2-4 had to really go out there and show that he was capable of not just being a scorer, but he had to show his maturity and go
Yeah,
out and not only dominate as a scorer, but be efficient as a team leader and galvanize a team and have guys around him that could believe in him and win. And when he had, again, we going back to it, he had Lamar Odom, Ron Artest, Andrew Bynum, Luke Walton. He had those guys and the rest of whoever else was on the Shannon Brown.
you just stop saying Luke walked in like he was that guy for that team.
I ain't saying he was, but he was a guy that could hit
But
shots, and he did a little bit of on the defensive end as well. So you had guys that could come in and help out, and they played a decent role on those squads, and they won.
yeah,
So I like number 24. Number 8 was cold. Let's not act like he wasn't. Number 8 was fierce. He was
nasty.
ferocious. He was a nasty dude on the court, and those stretches when Shaq would foul out or they would just get a game to him or Shaq wouldn't be there, he would take over and he would dominate the game. Number 8 was cold, but I just like that number 24 because there was more skill to number 24.
Yeah, he had to. Yeah, he couldn't rely on his physical, like his body, all the time. He had to learn it, like like you said, he's one of the few people that learned where the referees where they position on the court that there's some blind spots that they can't see that you can do some things illegal or take advantage of on the court.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He was really out there taking control of the game. So number 24. Number 8 is dope. Number 8 is dope. Believe you me, number 8, Kobe Bryant was dope, but I'll take number 24. Number 24, there was no Shaq. There was him and Powell. And he took those guys and he said, I'm not going to war no more with butter knives. I got tanks and guns now, so we gonna fight. And when the fight gonna be fair and the field gonna be even. You understand what I'm saying? So I like number 24. Two
Yeah,
four was cold.
my
Mamba.
favorite my favorite to watch probably number eight. Just I was a Lakers fan the first 2 years when they won it, and just like a Kobe fan. Then there was some ugly years too. Like after when Shaq left, there was some years, some losses where he had a tough, some bad teams with Smush Parker and them. You had Chris Mims. You had motherfucking Devin George and stuff like that. Like, and you had to score 81 points against the Toronto Raptors, who was a trash team. Like they
Against
didn't
a
go
team that
through.
you was losing against and you came back and you did all that, bro.
Yeah. So number eight was exciting to watch. He was the most lit version of Kobe. He was dating Brandy at one point. Which is we come to find out Brady dated a lot of motherfuckers from the industry, low key.
Listen, man, Brandy, I ain't about to get into your business like that, but you
But
know,
it's the last couple weeks that everybody just talking about Brady for some reason all of a sudden.
man, let's stop acting like people don't be fucking, bro. Let's just
Yeah,
stop acting like, I know it's headlines and people get talked about and shit, but people be fucking. Women want to fuck, men want to fuck. Let's just stop acting like motherfuckers don't be want to fuck. The women be wanting to fuck, they just don't say nothing. And we had to do all this roundabout stuff to take them out and take them to eat and all this stuff. That's why prostitution was invented. Because niggas said, man, instead of taking this bitch out to eat and spending all this money on her, $150 on her, I might as well just pay for it and you just give me the pussy anyway. So let's not act like motherfuckers ain't fucking. Now I hear it. Brandy was out here. It's a bunch of women that was out here in that industry, in the music industry, in the entertainment industry. It's a bunch of them. But so fucking what? Everybody out here fucking, bro. Everybody out here fucking. Everybody out here fucking.
yeah.
Like everybody out here trying to beat up some pussy and everything like that. Like let's just stop acting like she was one of the few people that was out here acting crazy. Everybody
Oh,
trying to fuck. Straight up, that's why niggas pay for it. And when I say niggas, I ain't talking about just black men.
oh yeah, white
That's
man.
why that's what the
Take it out
term
of me.
honky. That's what the term, from what I understand, honky was invented because they would come to our neighborhood and say, "Hey, White man out there honking for you. Honk honk. And you pull up, go around the corner. She get them off real quick, and she come back. So we can stop acting like it was just us, but everybody in that man, everybody in that entertainment industry fucking. It's a bunch of white women running around throwing their pussy hole up in the air and getting dick dumped down into that motherfucker, just throwing it up that's for an alley oop, and you got too tall slamming that shit down. You know what I'm saying? It's a bunch of motherfuckers doing that. It's everywhere. It's cocaine everywhere. It's amphetamines everywhere. Motherfuckers are sniffing them, smoking them, doing everything, and they fucking bitches, man. So let's just stop acting. They sniffing out of people asshole, right? We saw Wolf of Wall Street what they was doing on there, bro. Right? He had the bitch bend over and he snorted cocaine right out her ass crack. Right? So we know this is happening. We know there are women who will go fuck a goat or a horse.
Is there a celebrity woman that you would do that to though? Like that's one girl that I do that. I smell a line of cocaine off her
Snort
ass.
a line of cocaine off her ass or off her asshole.
Either one, asshole.
Um,
She that cold. Is there any?
Sanaa Lathan, Maya,
Mm-hmm.
um,
Mm-hmm.
Angela
For sure.
Bassett, huh?
As I was saying, for sure, like the first one you said, for sure. Angela Bassett too, but I don't know if she would allow that to happen. I
I don't
think
know either.
she
But
that
if she
holy.
did, I'll do it.
Yeah.
If she did, I'll do it. Should I lick it off if she wouldn't let me snort it? She was like, I don't want you to do that. I don't want you to put nothing up your nose. I'm like, shit, I'll lick it off. You know what I'm saying? I'll gladly do
I'm
that.
like, ooh,
Taylor Rooks. Taylor Rooks.
ooh.
Yeah, she called. Ooh, Taylor
That,
Rooks. You are finding a motherfucker. You know that? Ooh,
that was that was
wait.
that was a question in the group chat. My guy asked, he was like, "Who the coldest female sports analyst or sports hoe or whatever lady?" And I was like, "It's unanimous. It gotta be Taylor Rooks."
It's
Like,
Taylor
right?
Rooks. Taylor Rooks the coldest thing out there. Taylor Rooks is the coldest woman out there. And I don't know how you feel about who come next, but to me, it's what's her name? Kim that does Get Up.
Mm,
Everybody
uh,
get up.
yeah,
What's her
yeah, that's
name?
yeah.
Her.
Oh,
What's her
she be
name?
having.
Kimberly, right? Her name is
Yeah, I know you're talking
Kimberly.
about. Yeah,
It's Kimberly. And then after that for me is Monica McNutt. That's it.
I rock with my McNutt. I just don't like her little mini fro.
I
I want
love
her.
it.
I don't know if it's the her lineup. It's just like the
I don't
lineup.
care.
I hate it. But
I don't
she
care.
fired though, like
Monica
body
McNutt.
wise, face
Just
wise.
what your name is.
Monica make me nut McNutt. No, no,
All over.
but yeah, those three you said for sure. I got Adriana Carter. No, Andrea Carter. She do like WNBA and also college basketball
What's the
for
other pretty
women.
one? What's the other pretty one that be with them? The one I
Uh,
like?
the Cheney or Ngakwe or not, I don't know how
Mm-mm.
that
Not Shanae. Not Shanae.
Janae.
Not Shanae. The
Uh,
other one, they be having the red hair.
she just retired. She just retired. Older, kind of older.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
that was her
Little
name.
pretty caramel girl. I
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
remember
yeah.
her name right now. But you too.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
she fired. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Outside of that, you can keep the rest on. You can keep the rest on because I know what I like.
I always thought like Malika Andrews was really cute, but
Who?
Malika Andrews.
Malika.
But once I
Okay.
already knew like she kind of like a square like, and I saw who her husband was, I was like,
Who is her husband though?
so a white boy, which I don't mind a black woman dating a white man like that, but it's just the who that guy is. I'm like, you picked him?
My
He
problem with
redhead gender dude. I
okay.
forgot.
My problem with Malika Andrews was the way that she was looking at black men and she was talking about black men like we were all
And
criminals.
that's when
You know,
that too
when
that
I
weirded me
saw
out like.
that her perspective was kind of like black men need to be put in cages mentality. Like she had a submissive black woman personality because oh I'm over here on this side of the fence because I got talked about or they don't like me where I'm from this that and the third. That's the type of persona that I was getting from her. Like she
Yeah,
had been
that
talked about
too.
or abused and shit like that, and she didn't appreciate where she was from and she didn't like her culture and everything. That's what I saw. I ain't fuck with none of that. And it seems like she sort of got herself together, but it seemed like she always wanted to bring up the wrongdoing that every black man was doing when she would be on there at first. She was
Mm-hmm.
always pointing out someone going to jail or someone being involved in a robbery or a theft or something like that. She was always pointing out other shit like your past is so squeaky clean.
Yeah.
Like you ain't
No,
never
yeah,
done
I
shit.
agree.
And I hate that, man. Stop trying to make it seem like you the cleanest motherfucker in the building when you not. Everybody done some shit. We done all done some shit. We done all done some shit privately, publicly, whatever it is. We all done snuck off and done some wild shit, man. So I never really fucked with her. The moment I saw her and I listened to her talk, I was like, yeah, I don't fuck with her. She the wrong. I would never be around nobody like that. But the women that I named, I'm fucking with them. At the top of that list is Kimberly and Taylor Rooks. Kimberly, I had to stay away from because she married with kids, and Taylor Rooks is probably married with kids too. Because I saw that big
She
ass rock
just
on her.
got married. All that she got was mad that she got hitched up.
Man, I know that. Ooh, Taylor Rooks, man. Every
They
man in the
sick.
world, we all upset because you's a bad motherfucking boy. Ooh, ooh. What's the other girl name that I'm missing? That do NFL football.
Um,
Tall.
in the like NFL Live, like I want to Mina Kimes or
Monday Night Football. What's Monday Night Football? What's her name?
I think her name like Andrews too, ain't it? Like somebody something
Is it Monica
Andrews.
or something like that? Maria Taylor or something like that, ain't it? Her. You know
Oh,
who you are with your
the
fine
black chick.
ass.
You talking the black
Yeah, the
chick?
black chick
Oh yeah, yeah.
who just had
Maria
a
Taylor.
baby.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Maria Taylor. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. With your fine ass. You fine too, motherfucker.
yeah, she,
I
yeah.
love black women. Just so y'all know. It ain't just about clapping y'all cheeks or snorting coke out
No,
off
they
y'all
know they
asshole.
shit.
But y'all dope at what y'all do and y'all look good.
But
And I
for
don't give a
sure,
fuck about that makeup and all that hair. I want to see you in your natural state, in your natural form. Y'all bad than a motherfucker, and it need to be known. Hell yeah, but I will clap y'all cheeks and all that stuff. But
no, yeah. Taylor looks like it would take the hands of God to snatch me from
man, you could tell God was like, bravissimo.
it.
You know what I'm saying? He looked over at Jesus, was like, Shay. He's like, oh, can I go back and get that one? He's like, nah, you gotta stay up here, pimp. You gotta stay up here.
That's how you know she cold when like all the basketball players or anybody that's in front of her say some wild, outrageous, the most craziest stuff. Like what? Like you ain't never act like this in front of no other reporter.
Mm-mm. She
So yeah,
cold.
that's
She
how you know she
cold.
cold.
Maria Taylor. I think the other one, her name is Maria Taylor. But what's my baby with the red hair, man? Keep on talking, keep, because I'm about to
No,
just
yeah.
find the one. This one.
And then oh yeah, who else out there that fired? Um, I forgot, but she up there. All right, well, which Jordan was your favorite? Jordan, from 85 to 90 with the hair, averaging 30 some 37 points and 35, 28 as a rookie, or was it the first, three-peat Jordan, you know, 91, 90, the 90, yeah, 91, 92, 93, or the return Jordan, 96, 97, 98. That's three Jordan, Mike with the hair, the first, three-peat Jordan or the second three-peat Jordan. Which one was your favorite?
I like the season player more. So I'm gonna say that second three-peat. But
That that
for now, let's just say
85 Mike to 90 Mike was probably
that was nasty. That was the most explosive guy there was. But remember, that's the
that's how
young
he
guy.
became air.
Yeah, that's a young version of it all.
Yeah.
Man, L. Duncan, Joe fine self.
Oh yeah, L. Duncan. Yes, yes,
Joe
yes, yes.
fine self. Man, oh look at you.
When I look
Ooh-wee.
at you.
Anyway, let me stop. Man. My nipples get so hard. Oh my God. Um, but yeah, so if I'm picking a Jordan, I'm probably going to pick. Ooh, wee. Yeah, Give me that second three-peat. Give me that second three-peat
Yeah.
if I'm
I
picking
mean
one.
that three-peat Mike was 72 and 10 Jordan,
That was 72 and 10. Oh,
yeah, 96 came
yeah. We
back, beat
staying
the
there. We staying
Sonics,
there. We
beat the
staying
Utah
there.
Jazz back to back, 97, 98.
Mm-hmm.
Went through
Mm-hmm.
hell in that last one, had to, steal the ball, come down, hit the game winning shot of all
Mm-hmm.
game winning shots. And that's
Mm-hmm.
when I was like, a coming of age, be able to watch Jordan that I remember like, oh, okay, I remember
To get an
watching
understanding
it
of
for
what you
sure.
watching, like, oh shit, this what dude is out here doing.
Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't born from 85 to 90, Mike. I just born in 1990. But once I went back and watched tape, I'm like, ooh, this man was killer. Like
Mike was nasty, man. Mike
he
was
was
nasty. And then he went from being explosive to Tim Grover telling him, yo, you ain't gonna be able to do that all the time.
Hmm.
So you might as well start working on your game. You have to find a way to slow the game down for yourself. You need to
Yeah, he
be able to
did.
slow the game down. You need to be able to have a move where you can control the game in moments. That way you can get the game under
That Mike,
control. And that's what he did.
that Mike was the one. That Mike. He was the best at getting to his spots. I didn't watch like a legit, whole video of him just like getting to his spots, pull up, stop, go to the left, right, go to the post. Like every spot, any shot he wanted, he ended up getting because he knew how to get to his spot, and nobody could stop it, no matter who
All
he
the
was.
time. All the
You,
time.
you just better hope he had a bad shooting night that night.
That's it. If Mike had a bad shooting night, all you had to do was just let him have a bad shooting night. You don't say nothing. You don't do nothing to interrupt it because we know the stories. And not only were they stories, but we seen historically. In fact, we can go on YouTube and we can check those tapes or those videos that's been uploaded, and we can see when Mike was pissed off and he was scoring 4 for 16 in the fourth quarter, and someone said, "It's all right, Mike. Everybody have a bad night." And he turned around and go, "What? It's okay, Mike. Everybody have a bad night." And then he go, "All right, brr, sub me in." And then next thing you know, he goes off on a 12-0 run by himself. You know what I mean? And then he's making his way back into the game. But um, that shit with Mike was real. That was a different type of nigga, man. Like we'll never see. I don't think we'll ever see anything like that again. Um, Actually, it looks like we may see one with Anthony Edwards out there. But the next guy that looked like he may want to take on that type of smoke is Victor Wembanyama, bro. What are you thinking about that guy so far, Victor Wembanyama?
A cheat code, a creative player that we always made on NBA Live back in the day. Some big ass dude, just he got it all. Like once he add on like another 10 pound of muscle,
20. He gonna need about 20
20,
pounds.
like try to do go the Giannis route. Like I remember how scrawny and skinny Giannis was, but you saw the weight he put on. He's able to like become Boston Suit now.
Because he
If you
wanted
take
to. He wanted
15,
to
20,
work.
20 more pounds, keep working on your game because he can dribble, he can stop and pop, heavy, cross you up. He definitely just gotta get 15 more pounds, 20 more pounds, especially on his like core body, because like that's what they're doing right now to slow him down. Is like get a physical person in that middle to stop him, like keep him from
Hmm.
out on outside, keep him from coming in the post.
There it
Once he get,
is.
once he figure that out, man, he gonna be unstoppable in the league. And
Unstoppable,
if
bro.
if you get him the people around him that he need to have to, he can win off 2, 3 in a row if he really hook him up with a nice little team.
Wemby is 7'4", 7'5", 7'6", whatever they saying how tall he is. He probably look like he about 200 pounds, 220 pounds, maybe. I'm not sure. I know Chet got to be like all of 180, 190. So if I'm the San Antonio Spurs, I'm not forcing him to hit the gym and work out, but I am telling him, hey, uh, get in the weight room. I don't need you to lifting heavy for right now, but I need you in the weight room. You know what I mean? I don't need you to bulk up, but I need you in there and I need you toning your body up so you can not just get stronger, but these NBA seasons are gonna get longer and longer for a guy like you at that height. You're gonna be running up and down the court a lot. You're gonna be playing defense. People gonna be bumping you out. They're gonna be stepping on your foot. You need your
Right,
body to
take
be as
your knee out.
strong. Yeah, you need your body to be strong as possible, young man. And the best way to do it is to get yourself in the gym and make sure that you do everything to maintain strength and make sure that your body doesn't gas out, but make sure that it can endure the test of time throughout the course of a season. 5 miles a day. If you got to run 5 miles a day when you off, run your 5 miles a day. Because they say what 5 miles running is like playing a whole NBA game or something, right? So you should be out there doing. You should be running your 6 miles when you off or the morning of practice. You should be doing your 6 miles or whatever it is. So I would be doing whatever it took with him, and I wouldn't necessarily having him doing weights all the time, but I would be doing plyometrics and making sure that he works on his core and make sure he does yoga. I would have all of them doing that, but Wembanyama, man, you gonna be a handful to deal with, bro. You terrible on these niggas now, but it's only gonna get better for a dude
Right.
like you,
I,
bro.
I
It's
hate to
only
see
gonna get man.
hate to see when he actually figure it out and like, all right, this is
Can you imagine him if he just started catching the ball in the paint, 15 feet, and he just started turning around and sky hooking, bro? Or just doing a hook shot, period.
yeah. And that's one thing he missing. If he figured that out somehow, or get that move,
It's
or
insane.
go talk to Kareem real quick. Like, what made you? How'd you? Or
Can
coach,
you
go talk
imagine
to
that? This dude catching the
Hakeem.
ball and just turn around.
If you see Olajuwon at some point this summer, you saw KG last year. It is showing you he mentally tough. He can play with the best. He ain't backing down from nobody.
Nope. He said,
That's
I
what I
want it
learned from
all.
KG.
That's why I fuck. That's why I fuck with you. Especially if you went to do that workout with KG. That's why I fuck with you because you know that it's gonna take you. You like you got that dog in you, and you really want to learn this game. You really want to be one of the best players ever. I fuck
Hmm.
with you if that's really what it is, my G. I really do fuck with you because it's tough out there, and you really taking the time to really learn the game and be involved and really be that type of force out there on the court. And I ride with you on that one. You gonna be a tough dude. The next 2 or 3 years gonna really show, or maybe the next 3 years gonna really show what it is with you and where you taking your game. But that, bro, if you were to get that hook shot, oh, it's gonna be over. It's gonna be over. Like him catching the ball at 15 feet, they gonna start double teaming. He just gonna start kicking that joint out, or he gonna just start catching it here and just turn around and lobbing it over. That's a bucket. That's
Yeah,
a bucket, man. Every time down court, that's a bucket. That Shaq catching the ball in the paint at 10 feet and just dunking it over whoever it is, Chris Dudley and everybody else in the league. So
yeah.
go ahead, my G.
I hate when it was the Spurs that ended up getting number one pick for him. I was like, oh, they just got it like out of being good. Like let them go into like this, struggle phase like the Bulls and everybody else. But like that was probably the best city for him to go to. Like it ain't not much of a distraction. Ain't no big city like L.A., New York. That could the
Get
outside
up, caught
influence.
up in the hype.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like that could derail his career. Like he went in a spot where he can hone in on his craft, like kind of like with SGA Oklahoma City. Like ain't nothing going on besides
Mm-mm.
trees and grass and nature.
Yep. You
So
left the Clippers.
these guys can hang out every day and work on their game. And right, if he was in even if he was in LA Clippers, like you
He
still
was.
in
That's where he
LA.
came from. Remember, he was still with the Clippers.
Yeah, what
That's
I'm
where he
saying,
came
like
from.
also, like Wemby, like had Wemby went to the Clippers or some other team, like he might have had some distractions or like people negative outside influences trying to. I feel like he's a strong got pride and he don't let nobody come in his circle anyway like that. But he seemed like San Antonio was a good fit for him, and hopefully I don't want to see them winning a championship, but he probably will in possible in the next 5 years, if not this year.
Man, because it's looking good for him. It's really looking good for Wemby this year, man. So we might see him as an NBA champion. We don't know. It's rounding out. NBA playoffs is on their way, man.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Last day of the NBA season is tomorrow, Sunday. A whole lot of games going on tomorrow. I thought it was gonna be some today, but they literally trying to make this the last hurrah,
Wrong.
the last
Wrong. You
hurrah.
were wrong.
But the for things to look forward to tomorrow, though, like the last games, Lakers and the Denver Nuggets are battling for the third seed tomorrow. So if the Lakers beat the Jazz, they get the three spot, or if the Denver beat the Spurs, they get the three spots. And I'm hoping that be the case because I think matchup wise. So let's say the Lakers do win tomorrow. They get the third spot. That'll keep Denver in the That'll put them in the fourth. Actually,
Come on, Denver. Get that
no.
spot.
Oh, never
Denver should
mind.
be up though.
Matter of fact, never mind. I want the Lakers to get the third spot because they will face the Minnesota Timberwolves in the first round, and I'd rather Minnesota get the Lakers up out of there, and then instead of having Denver play Minnesota in the first two good teams that I want to see win in the Western Conference Finals at some point or semifinals in the next round. I would rather see them go off later at some point, and then
Okay.
that would be a great first round battle though,
Okay.
and they do have some not chemistry history because the Wolves beat the Denver Nuggets in the semifinals in the game seven, to get to the Western Conference Finals in 2024. And I'm sure Denver want to get that lick back. I don't know if they met before that in the playoffs again, but they met. If they did, I think the Denver Nuggets probably beat them before as well to get to the championship that they won against Miami. But that would be a good first round. But I would rather see Nuggets get that three spot. They face Minnesota because Minnesota's locked in number six no matter what.
Mm.
So whoever they face, they're going to have to run them. I'm hoping they actually Lakers win the night and they got to play the Utah Jazz. Oh yeah, the Utah Jazz is tanking. They trying to get the best odds of the number one pick. So Lakers get that. I don't know if the Lakers want that to happen. I don't know if the Lakers want to see Minnesota, but if the Lakers do end up, keeping the fourth spot, they'll play Houston, and that'll
I
be the
think
classic.
Minnesota will be a good matchup for him. People, I heard Joe Johnson say, them young boys are running him out to jump, but it ain't like LeBron is on a team full of 40-year-old motherfuckers. He the only one. He got a bunch
Yeah,
of, he's around a group of guys that can get up and down the court as well. So I don't see the problem with that. I just think it'd be a situation where if they get to running up and down the court, he got to be the guy that say, all right, we got to get stops now. Once we get up by 10, we got to start getting stops,
yeah,
and take
but
advantage of that. But
he's probably not going to have no. He's more likely not going to have any Luca or Austin
Well,
Reeves
I
today.
ain't worried about Luca. I know Luca ain't coming back. So I was listening to a brother who was reporting on Luca's situation earlier. What he was saying was that it's an amalgamation of things. It's not just Luca being injured, right? It's compounding injuries as well. So Luca's in a situation where he could have been hurt. It could have been his knee, right? And then it compounded to trying to switch sides and do all that stuff to take all the weight off of one side of his body and shifting it to the other side, like D Rose had done, right? Instead of him getting the other part of his body healed, he injured the other knee. So for Luca, he said with him having trouble with his daughter, going through the divorce or whatever it is, his wife trying to take the daughter from him, whatever it is. He said there could have been emotional and mental instability with Luca as well. So all that trauma and everything was messing with his nerves as well. I don't know if I don't want to say that he's making excuses, but he's saying because he deals with players like this all the time. He said when you don't remove all the negative energy and forces out your way, the player can't bounce back and can't play the way that he's supposed to because that all of that is in his nerves. He says your body and your spine, your mind is recording all that information. So it's making it hard for you to process and play the way that you're supposed to. And then he's probably got compounding injuries, which I do believe. So I don't believe Luka's gonna come back for the remainder of this season. I think this is done for the season, probably for the playoffs if they make it to the second round. But I do believe Austin Reeves can chip in and he can start dropping 30. I believe that Rui Hachimura can jump in and drop 18. I believe that DeAndre Ayton can jump in and start averaging 17 to 20 points and help the Lakers out. I think there's a chance that they could actually get past the fucking Timberwolves. Like it's not. I don't see that not being logical. I could see them doing it,
Yeah,
but it's
no,
just
that's true.
about them guys coming together and putting up that type of effort.
Not
Will
without
they
Luca,
do it?
though. It ain't happening without Luca. I'm
You
sorry.
said it ain't happening without Luca. All right, all right.
Nothing about that
All
team.
right, man. Like I said, y'all be talking all this shit about LeBron, man, but let's just leave it at him being 40, man, and he just riding off into the sunset.
That's the thing.
He
He's
just
gonna get
enjoy.
tired at 40. He gonna be
I hear you, but
that
let's
game
let's
one that he
just
put
just say what it
all his
is. He
effort
40
in.
years old. These little highlights and everything he getting, that's supposed to happen during the course of a game. I hear all that shit, but this ain't a dude that is gonna be out there doing more than that, man. He gonna have some
That's what,
highlights here and there, but
that's
this
what,
ain't
that's,
that.
I think we said the same thing actually. Like I
Yeah, no,
don't
I'm not
think
just talking about you. I'm talking about everybody else making. Oh man, at 40, bro, he's 6'8". The motherfucker should be able to dunk the ball still. He's active. It ain't like he took 3 years off and he came back to do this shit. Like he been playing every year. This is still LeBron James. Now, I'm not saying he gonna go out there and put 30, 15, and 12 up. I ain't saying that, but I'm just saying like this is a guy that's looking at that game like, man, I ain't about to go out there and do that. I'm 40, and he
okay.
know it. Like I ain't about to do that
If he put up a game like that, watch that next game. See how much he really put up. He's gonna be like
because the
5,
thing
10, 5, 5, and 5 because he's so
I
tired from that 30, 15 piece
from
at
doing
40 years
those,
old.
from doing that
It's gonna
second
be
Cavs
it's
run.
going.
He can't do that 50, 12, and 15 shit no more. And it ain't that he can't do it now. It's just that if he does it, LeBron has to burn more energy to do it.
Yeah.
He has to burn a lot more energy. And I ain't saying that he can't do it. I'm saying that he has to burn way more energy if he decides to do that.
Right.
And to do it for 5 games or 4 games to
Exactly.
shut these
That's what I
guys
was
out.
like. It can be done. It just
It can be
can you do
done. He
that for
can do it.
5, 6 games,
But
7 maybe?
but if you're watching the same way I'm watching, I'm looking at LeBron. I'm going, yo, you ain't trying. You ain't trying to do that. Like you out here enjoying yourself, but you're not gonna go out there and try to blow past nobody like that consecutively going down court. Bro, he ain't doing none of that shit, man. He ain't doing none of that. Like this dude is out here literally just playing and enjoying the game. I think he might end up I think this might be his last season with the Lakers, bro. But that's
Yeah,
another topic.
I
But
think so. I think so too. I think this might be his last hurrah with them. If they don't do anything for sure with this season, I think this is his best chance to try maybe win something. Do you think it's a wrap as far as him winning the championship now? Like you
it's a
think
wrap. It's a wrap. It's done.
he gonna
We
end
know
with
that.
four?
That's it. He leaving out the game with four. I don't think going back to that Cavs team is gonna make a difference.
Unless he go to the OKC or Spurs or some shit. That's the only way I can always see
Or
him being like that.
unless you go to GS Dub and they somehow say we gonna go and get a point guard, we gonna have you run a point guard. But we need to figure out we need a couple more key pieces and we need
I,
some horses that can get up and down the court. But there's some stuff that you need to do there for that team. I think it's done. I think championship is done. I think four might be his thing. Unless you can get to Cleveland and somehow manage to make that team better without disrupting the rhythm and the chemistry of Donovan, Mitchell, Spider,
hmm
um,
Evan Mobley,
Evan
Harden,
Mobley, Jared, what's his name? Jared
Allen.
Allen, um, Colin Sexton, right? He's over there, right?
No, he in the Bulls.
Or is
But
that
you
Darius
talking?
Garland, right?
He in Clippers right now. I
Oh
was gonna
shoot,
say
my
Harden is there.
fault.
Harden.
Harden. Oh yeah, because they made a trade, so it would be Harden, the two boys in the middle. Yeah, maybe that would work, but I just don't see it.
Yeah. So shout out to good luck to the Lakers and Denver. See who get the third spot. But if Denver get third spot, a great match between Denver and Minnesota first round. I will be watching that game or series faithfully every game. Uh, Portland Trailblazers. I'm gonna need y'all to come through for your boy. Uh, Portland Trailblazers and the Los Angeles Clippers are battling for the eighth spot. Even though even if they get to the eighth spot in the season, they still will be playing for the play-in. But they'll all they have to do is just win one game and they'll be in the spot. Blazers need to beat the Kings, which is sounds easy enough. But those games where those weak teams somehow win these games. And the Clippers got to beat the Warriors. Now, for personal reasons and biasness, because if the Blazers make the playoffs 1 through 8 or the AC seven, yeah, pretty much AC, the Chicago Bulls will get a second first round pick this year. So I'm a team Portland Trailblazer right now. Hopefully they can beat the Kings. Hopefully the Clippers can lose to the Warriors. Get that, but even still, they still got to go through the play in, and that's where it's gonna come down. Like, damn, can the Blazers beat the Clippers with a Kawhi that's playing some of the best basketball he had in years with Darius Garland and Matherin on the team? Um, I don't know, but hoping so. Let's go Blazers. Get to the playoffs, get the Bulls a number 15 pick, and then Adam Silver, my boy, look out for us.
Mm.
Give us a top three pick this year. Give us that. That's the thing. Now
Keith
with
gonna
the
pay you under the table for that pick.
I we ain't doing shit. I ain't doing shit. But we saw what you did with the Dallas Mavericks, and you can't say that was not some hookup. Wink wink. Like you lose Luca, trade Luca, and you get number one pick type shit. Um, I mean you done it before. Unfortunately Derrick Rose got hurt. Go ahead, throw us a blessing one more time. Just give us somebody we can get, build around the rest of the team and, get who the GM gonna be next. Give them all the money that they got that's coming this summer. But
Adam
we got
Silver is probably looking at if he was to see this or if he ever heard someone talk to him like that, he probably going, "You had your chance and you blew it.
that was 15 years ago
I
though.
gave you the kid from the crib. Now sit back and wait until the next time it come around.
It's
Cause
been
bro,
15.
there ain't nobody else for us to get right now,
Y'all gave Spurs, y'all ain't give Spurs another 15 years. Y'all gave them right back. Boom. Here go Victor.
man."
LA. Here,
You
here
want to
go
know something about
Luca.
Chicago franchise? It's not a winning
Dallas.
franchise.
Here go Cooper.
We've won, but it's not a winning franchise.
Okay. If one of your biggest markets in the
This is
league,
the biggest market. This
literally the
is the
most
biggest
most
market in the
known
Midwest
team
and
in
the
in
region.
the NFL, literally top three in merch every year, top three in attendance every year. Why would you not want to have that team to be good? When it was even when we was good again when we had Derrick Rose, the league was on fire.
We had Derrick Rose and we had a We had a bunch of guys who were decent players, but when you talk about winning, that means you're there consistently. Man, they gifted that to Young. They knew where he was going. Hey, we're gonna wrap this kid up and send him directly to Toronto, maybe San Antonio. Here you go. Y'all keep on doing what y'all doing over there. And we're gonna build a culture around him and his kid, and we're gonna bring in guys that really want to learn and hoop and ball out. And if you fit the mold that we want, you're gonna stay here and you're gonna learn how to be professional and win. Does the
See,
Bulls organization do that?
that's the thing. Like you say, like is the New York Knicks a winning organization there? Because they haven't won shit since 71.
So there's nothing to talk about there.
Like they hooking them up. They gave them Jalen Bronson, Cardi Towel,
No, they didn't know. Also,
OG.
that was in a trade for before that
No,
they
that was a
before
free
they
agent. The
there
Jalen Brunson was
there
a signing,
there it is. There it is. But it ain't like
which
where they going? Where they going? To the
they
playoffs?
they could go to the playoff. They just in the Eastern Conference Finals. They have a team that should be in the finals this year, but we don't.
Man, them
Between
niggas ain't
between
doing nothing,
Detroit
man.
and Boston,
Go Knicks, go.
I just want
Go
to
Knicks,
give us the opportunity to
go.
be in the top four, 3 or 4. You
Listen,
know,
when we was winning with Derrick Rose, where was the Knicks? At the
they
bottom
was
of the barrel?
8th seed, 7th seed. They
Yeah.
was in the mix. Like
They
Melo
was
was on the
in.
team by then.
Okay. Chicago ain't even trying. It's the management, bro. That management has a try. The same way.
Management, it's ownership, all that.
That's what I'm
We
saying.
know that.
Management,
I think we
ownership.
know what it
So
is.
so him gifting the Bulls a player
That's the
ain't
that's
gonna do nothing.
that's the only way we're gonna get a player because he's not trying to go over the luxury tax to sign somebody that's a great player. That's
Bang
why
fucking
that's why
bang.
with the Derrick Rose it worked because he was a rookie. We were playing on a rookie contract for at least 3 4 years.
Bang
Get
bang.
what you can in those 3 4 years.
That's it, my guy. That's it. Like we there is
That's what I'm saying. Give us
if he give us
a
a
blessing.
draft pick, if he give us a draft pick, if the NBA guys give us a draft pick, what we gonna do with him? What
We
they
gotta
gonna
have.
do with dude?
Thing is, it gotta be surefire player. Like, if we get the top 3 pick, no matter who the first 3 picks are,
If it's
we'll
the
be set.
Banza, Cohen Carr, Cam Boozer, or A Cuff, or any one of them guys, what difference
Four
is it gonna make
five.
when they get what difference is
We
it gonna make when
these
they
are
get
these are
here?
can't miss people. When we last time we had number 4 pick, it was some missed people. Like who we took from number 4, Patrick Williams.
Patrick Ewing was a great pick, by the way.
And Patrick Williams probably the weakest players of all time right now in the league. Like literally, like he's gotten worse every year. It,
Terrible.
he just had a 20 point game. That's how bad he is. That when he had a 20 point game, it was a big thing. Like, oh, Pat, if he keep doing this, bro, this is his 5th year, 4th year. Talking about keep
It's
doing
a
this.
wrap for him, man. It's a wrap for him.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, give us a surefire pick that like we know can make a difference
The
when he
Knicks
comes in.
lucked up when they did that when Jalen Brunson went
Mavs.
to the Knicks. When he left the Mavs and went to the Knicks, I don't know what the Mavs were thinking. I think it was about the whole contract dispute. He wanted more money. They said, "No, you're not worth it." The kid was like, y'all got to be insane. Y'all ain't even seen my full game yet because of who I'm playing with." And then he go over there to the Knicks and he show y'all what he really made of. And here
Yeah,
we have it, Jalen Brunson showing how dope of a player he is. And that's fine, but they ain't going nowhere, bro.
yeah. It didn't help.
Now,
It
when
doesn't help
James
that.
Dolan, when the father or whoever it was the owner, he got out the fucking way.
And
Once
that's
he
my
got out the
thing.
way, look at what they're doing. Now
Because
they ain't going no farther than where they are,
that's
but
what I'm saying. Like James Dolan was the owner that we laughed at. Like, oh, we can't be that bad. Like the Knicks. Now Jerry Reinsdorf is that guy.
he was
Now
always that guy.
he
He
had
was
laughing
always
stock.
that guy. He has always said that I ain't doing nothing for these niggas, man. I'm not overspending. He has always said that, bro. He has always said I'm not doing none of that extra stuff. I'm not spending that money on them. Within salary cap. Oh, y'all want Zach Levine? Okay, I get y'all that Zach Levine. I get 5 years, 240 million. When I saw that pop up on the screen, I was like, no, don't do it. That's the wrong guy to get money to like that. Zach Levine wasn't that guy. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Well, fuck him. All right. Well,
Ain't nobody coming here, bro. It's the curse of Michael Jordan.
Niggas scared. Niggas scared to make their own name out of.
Niggas are scared of what? Niggas are scared of what?
Oh, making their own name, but after Jordan. So
Making their own name after Jordan.
yeah. Besides ownership,
I
just
think
being terrible.
I think that's the whole thing. Like yo, if y'all
It,
treated him like that, imagine what y'all would do to me.
yeah,
Y'all treated Michael Jordan like that, man. You think I'm gonna go over there and then y'all gonna fuck me over and then I'm gonna be that guy, but I'm gonna be that guy with no players and y'all gonna force me to do something that I'm not capable of doing?
I think all everybody, even Kobe went through it with the Lakers like that. He was ready to leave, so they
He
all
was ready to leave, but look what Jerry West and them and what's his name, Dr. West and Mitch Kupchak, but look what they got together and did. Look what they got together and they did. They said, "Oh, we
it
don't."
took a minute. It took a
It
few
took them
years.
a few years,
It
but
went
hey,
through some
that's a
bad, tough
price
years until they got back winning
because they
again.
had to do some salary dumping. They had to make sure that they empty the tank, and then they had to go out there and get it. These
That's why we
motherfuckers don't care. Them motherfuckers over there don't care about about the Bulls.
they don't. You're right, but
The owner is basically telling y'all, look, it don't matter who come here. I'm not putting together no team for y'all. Y'all can have Billy Donovan.
yeah.
Y'all can have Zach Levine. I can get y'all another player in here, but y'all ain't like, championships. Nope, I don't want to do that.
Right now, one teams 1 through 8 in the East and West got Detroit Pistons number 1. They locked in number 1.
Word,
Boston locked in number 2.
Deuce,
New York Knicks should be locked in at number 3.
maybe.
Cleveland Cavaliers number 4. Now
Mm.
this is where the Hawks are number 5 right now,
The Hawks are number five. Didn't expect that, did you?
and
I didn't
Toronto
either.
number 6. No, because like they was on their way out, but until they traded for Kaminga. And
That changed the way that whole dynamic was running. As soon as they got rid of Trey Young, they got rid
yeah,
of Treyway, and everything changed.
yeah. So now like the Hawks can get the 5th spot versus with the win versus the Heat. Raptors can get the 5th spot with a win over the Nets, but a loss
Mm-hmm.
by the law plus a loss by the Hawks and the Magic.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Magic is in the 7th spot right now. Philadelphia 76ers in the 8th spot. Charlotte in the 9th spot. Miami in the 10th spot. Miami,
Mm. What you got to say about Miami?
it's almost y'all time to come home too. The Bulls and the Miami Heat was the face of the play-in. And we just established a couple weeks ago that the Bulls won't be in the play-in this year for the first time since it was created. And Miami thought, y'all still in it? But we know what y'all future holds in this next
That's
couple
some
weeks.
big red teams. That's some big red teams. You notice that? Them big red teams, they got to go sit their ass down.
Yeah, so I'm expecting either so that's the thing. So it's like I really want to see Charlotte in the playoffs this year. Because
Can
yesterday
they get it though? Are they gonna get it? Are they gonna get into the playoffs? Are they headed toward the play-in, right?
they head to the play in. Yeah, they're in the 9th spot in the play in. So this is where like, all right, let's say if Atlanta and Toronto stay at 5 and 6, 7 and 8 is gonna come down to Orlando, Philadelphia 76ers, and Charlotte and Miami. I want to see Orlando. I like Ben Carroll. I like that young team. Just found out Philadelphia 76ers are going to be without Joel Embiid for the playoffs, mainly because he just had another surgery on his epidemic. I don't know. I ain't gonna fuck it up, but he just had another surgery. And it might take him
He had an
out.
appendectomy on his
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
appendix.
So I don't want to see the Philadelphia 76ers in the playoffs without. I mean, I can say without him, but like we know what Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe gonna do, but it ain't gonna be enough for who if they play Detroit or Boston. Maybe New York, but I don't see them getting up to the 6th spot anyway, or they won't because Toronto, Atlanta clinched their spots. So other tiebreakers and stuff, Magic gets a 6 spots with a win over the Celtics, but they also need the Raptors to lose. They get the 7th spot with a win if the 76ers lose to the Milwaukee Bucks. 76ers get the 6th spot with a win over the Bucks, but they also need the Raptors to lose and the Magic to lose.
Hmm.
The 76ers get the 7th spot with a win, and either one of those teams, the Raptors or the Magic, to lose.
Hmm.
And then the Hornets, then they get the 9th spot hosting the play-in. But they get the win with the Knicks, and the Heat lose to the Hawks. They'll be hosting the Heat in the play-in, and in that spot you need to win too. So if they beat the Heat, boom, they knock them out, and then they face one of the teams between Magic and the 76ers for that or the Raptors for that eighth spot, 7, 8 spot. So I'm praying that it comes down to this: Detroit, Boston, New York, Cleveland. I don't mind Atlanta, Toronto, Orlando, and Charlotte. Even though Philadelphia looked good for a good portion of the year, it just seemed like a lot going on with Embiid, uh, Paul George coming back off the 25 game suspension. Is he healthy? They say he looked like he still on them drugs that got him suspended because he kind of hooping right now. Or and then some games he looked like he just like he not on the drugs. He let that mentality stuff get to
Mm,
him.
okay.
But out in the West, you got OKC at number one, San Antonio locked in number two, Denver currently right now in the three spot,
Okay.
LA Lakers right behind them. I think they probably either tied or about the same record. We already established that if one of those teams win, whoever wins, even if they both win, I think Denver gets the tiebreaker over them. So 3-4 Denver, LA. Houston snuck up in that fifth spot right now, and then Minnesota in the sixth spot. So those are basically locked in. I want to see what Houston gonna do. Who they play? One, two, three, four. As if Lakers stay at four, they will play Houston Rockets in the 4, 5 spot. But 7, 8th, you got Phoenix Suns and the Portland Trailblazers. In the ninth and 10th spot, you got the LA Clippers and the Golden State Warriors. Steph Curry's back. I don't know if he can get enough to get them over the hump, but it'll be
Mm-hmm.
interesting to see, especially with no
Uh,
Jimmy Butler, a trash ass Draymond Green. LA Clippers, who've been playing a lot better the last few weeks. This is where like I would love to see Phoenix stay in there because they've been in that spot, that 7, 8 spot the whole time.
mm-hmm.
They they've done better than people expected. Also, to be in the playoffs. They thought people, they're going without KD in them and losing some players, it was going to be tough. But Dylan Brooks stepped his game up this year. He's not just a defender and a antics guy. He actually ended up getting the bag, knowing how to dribble, cross up, come off a shot, jab step and all that stuff. Um, Portland, like I said, I need them to win, get in this playoff spot so the Bulls can get another extra draft pick. But if I'm just coming off straight pure entertainment, I wouldn't mind saying OKC, San Antonio, Denver, LA, Houston, Minnesota, Phoenix, and the Clippers in the
Okay.
playoffs.
All right.
But I think that will give Clippers being at A spot, that will get OKC somewhat of a I ain't gonna say they're gonna win more than one game, but like they're gonna give us some go in these games each in the playoffs. I feel like with a
Okay.
Kawhi and Darius Garland and all these other players. So I don't know any matchup you looking forward to that you would want to see.
No, I want to see. I just want to see OKC play, and I want to see the Denver Nuggets play, and I want to see the Celtics play, and I want to see the Spurs play. Those are the only teams I'm really interested in seeing. It doesn't have to be um, any other team that they're facing. I just want to see those guys go out there and ball the fuck out and do what it is that they do. That's all I'm really interested in. I just want to see some real good hooping because I know the Nuggets gonna come to play, and I know those the same though all the teams I'm talking about, they're gonna really go out there and hoop to the best of their ability, you know. So I'm just looking forward to some good games coming up, and then heading into the playoffs. There should be some good games as well.
But a game that came on last night, the Pistons versus Hornets.
Mm-hmm.
I know I keep telling you about the Hornets who I've been watching lately. It was a
Mm-hmm.
really good game, quarters 1 through 3. Like it was a neck and neck, back and forth. They kept trading leads, tying the game and stuff. But the Pistons took off in the fourth quarter, ended up taking like an 18-point lead. Cade Cunningham is back, but Durant looked like Cade Cunningham getting hurt has helped the Detroit Pistons long run in the playoffs as a team. Because they made everybody else have to step their game up and learn how to win without Cade. And Jalen Durant was a main piece of that while he was out there. He was the main guy. He was out there hooping last night. But I would like to see the Hornets play the Pistons in the first round because watching quarters 1 through 3 of that game, Hornets could keep up with them. It's a really good balance. Both our teams are really good balance.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess supposedly this is becoming low key a rivalry. I think Julian Durant was trying to keep his coach from shaking hands with the Hornets players yesterday after the game. He's like, "Hey man,
Mm.
chill out on that. Like this is real." So
Oh, so they trying to get their whole rivalry going on?
like the rivalry trying maybe brewing right now, but I think if they play
Okay.
each other in the first round this year, that could help start that. Because
That ain't a
they
bad
both
thing. That ain't a bad
they
thing.
both are up and coming teams. Like Detroit was last year was up and coming team that all right if they get a couple pieces they could be good, but they number one this year. Now with the Hornets, they up and coming, turns it around. If they get a piece or two, they could be a top team next year. Um, will be interesting first round for sure. Matchup for 1 versus 8.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to see Detroit versus Phoenix or Detroit.
Detroit versus Phoenix.
I mean, wow,
My
PHI,
G, what are you
Philadelphia,
talking about, bro?
Philadelphia,
Detroit versus Phoenix?
yeah,
What is going
Philadelphia,
on over
Philly.
there?
I saw PH and it just assumed. I don't know
Okay,
why I said Phoenix, but
gotcha.
PHI, Philadelphia. So hopefully, Charlotte can get them bounce that ass up out of there. NBA draft. Teams are fighting for the number one spot, tanking for the number one spot. Washington Wizards with 17 wins this year.
Tanking is losing.
Indiana
Tanking
Paper,
is losing.
Indiana
Tanking is
Pacers,
losing.
19 wins. Uh, Brooklyn with 20 wins, and then Utah 22, Sacramento 22, Dallas 25, Memphis 25, New Orleans 26 wins, Bulls 31 wins. We in that bitch. And Milwaukee 32. So those are the top 8 teams, East and West, four from the East, four from the West, that are fighting for number one draft pick status. But all I need is a top 4 or 5 pick if the guys that come out for draft this year, if this, if AJ, Cam Boozer, Peterson, Cam, who you said, who's your boy from was it Michigan State or
From Michigan State.
I think
Cohen Carr.
yeah. Him or Caleb Wilson. If any of those guys come out,
I don't know if Caleb gonna come out with that
I don't
injury.
think so
Maybe
either.
maybe
Yeah.
he will. You know, it's on his hand. Maybe he will, but I think he should
But
stay.
also he getting a new coach, so we don't know. I'm sure Michael Malone will take him for sure to keep
Mm,
him stay there. But like maybe he wouldn't want to play for Michael Malone. I don't know. That could affect some things. But
true,
if you
true.
give us a top 3 pick, man, we can't miss with those with any of those guys.
Yes, sir.
But the draft will be probably in what June, I think.
The
Cause
draft is usually in June, like
yes,
early June or late June. I can't
yeah.
remember.
So then the
I think
NFL.
it's like 2 weeks, a week or two, but right before they head into to the summer season. I think it's like right at the end of the NBA season.
So NFL draft coming up in a couple weeks, maybe a week. So looking forward to that. And speaking of NFL, let's blind rank these QBs. Meaning, I'm gonna say it. Player. These are top 5 spots. You put them anywhere you want, but you don't know who's coming next.
Okay. All
Gotcha.
right.
All right. For the first one, where would you put Brock Purdy between the rankings of 1 through 5? Like would you put a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Not know who's next. So it could be somebody that might be better. That could be also
Five.
make 5. Let me write that down. Brock Purdy at 5. Good. All right. Next up, what would you blind rank Jalen Hurts?
3.
Jalen Hurts at 3. So you got Hurts at 3, Brock Purdy at 5.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Number 3, Jordan Love.
4.
Jordan Jalen Hurts at 3, Jordan Love at 4, Brock Purdy at 5. Well, the only spots open now is 1 and 2. Uh, Dak Prescott.
2. Now, what garbage ass nigga do you got at the top of my fucking list? What garbage ass nigga you got at the top of my list, dude?
Oh man, and your number one QB. is Justin Herbert. Justin
Justin
Herbert,
Herbert.
yeah, was the best quarterback, which
That ain't
just
too
like,
bad.
it ain't terrible. A lot of people probably will say that. A lot of people probably will say that. So,
Ain't too bad.
I gave you like low key mid player.
You did
I,
give me mid pay. That's why you said Brock Purdy. I was like, all right, he going there for
no,
won't
the
give
thing, it
me.
could have been. I think I could have threw in Matt Stafford,
You
Pat
could have, and
Mahomes.
I would have said Matt Stafford was number
That,
one right
and I think
away.
that's when you was like, all right, he might got somebody better coming. But
You
then
got
once
it.
you,
It got to. It's going to either suck or it's going to get or it's going to get better. That's it.
the only
Brock
one I
Purdy
thought
is
you,
and Brock Purdy is a good quarterback.
and that's like probably out of all of them, I probably rock with Brock Purdy the most as far as like
Name them
give
all
me
again.
a win and
At
throw
one, I got Justin Herbert. At two, I got Dak Prescott. At three, I have Jalen Hurts. Four, I got
Jordan Love.
Jordan Love and Brock Purdy at the
And
five.
that's not really a bad, like,
It
honestly, that's
ain't.
not a bad, as a QB, like, that Prescott was one of the better quarterbacks this past year, but he did, like, a MVP, like, a couple seasons ago, like, throwing that bitch. And then, like, just Herbert, he's been consistently good during the season, but it just, when it comes to the playoffs, he just chokes, or that team chokes. And then Jalen Hurts, I thought he was going to have him in number one, well, I say number one, but, like, I thought you were definitely, like, he won a championship out of all of them. He's
But it
been to the
didn't.
Super Bowl twice.
Who else am I up against when I say Jalen Hurts? Like, where are we going? Are we going up? Or are we going back down? That's why I say I'm gonna put him at three because
Yeah,
there's still like two more guys that's better than Jalen Hurts. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
true.
Overall, now one of them that I was thinking about, he may not have won on the level that Jalen Hurts has won at, but he's still good. He's still dope. Jalen Hurts, I think he can open up the offense a lot more for the Eagles, but he ain't done it. He out there doing some bullshit, or he just don't see. He's not comfortable with what he see out there as far as his team goes. So he ain't pulling the trigger on everything that he sees. So I was like, all right, there's two or three guys that I could put in front of Jalen Hurts, right? But I just ranked it that way just because of what's there. You know what I mean? Brock Purdy, you dope. All them guys on that list is dope.
Hmm.
But if I had to take two off that list and ride with them, I would probably pick. Let me see what I picked. I had Justin Herbert. Let me see, Justin Herbert, Jalen Hurts, Brock Purdy, Jordan Love, and Dak Prescott. I would probably take, to be honest, off that whole list, I would probably take Dak Prescott and Brock Purdy. No, yeah, I would probably do that.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that.
I
They
would
actually,
probably
they
take
actually
them.
can, they actually can throw the ball and like get to their receivers and make some winning plays if they had to. I've seen it with Brock Purdy. He's probably one of the more successful quarterbacks the last couple of years. Just get his team to the playoffs and taking them deep and actually having poise. So,
Yep,
do you
yep.
want to do another one or you
It's
good on
up to
that?
you, homeboy. It's up to
All right,
you. It's your
all right.
show.
Let's go ahead and get this out the way. All right. Rank these players QBs 1 through 5. Lamar
Let's get it.
Jackson 1 through 5.
Three,
Okay, Lamar 3. Pat Mahomes.
one.
Pat 1. Matthew Stafford.
You got it in there, two.
Okay.
Two. Anything else, I don't care. Anything after that, it can't get no better than that. I'm good. Go ahead.
Josh Allen.
Four.
So your fifth spot, you got Joe Burrow.
Dang, hey, it is what it is. If the kid can stay healthy, he probably at the top. But
Yeah,
we don't
yeah,
know.
I agree with
We
that for
ain't
sure.
seen that. We ain't seen that type of energy from that dude. You know what I'm saying? His offensive line is asshole. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
defense is trash.
All of it, all of it. And to Joe Burrow, I know you a gamer. I know you cold, but you got to look around and go, am I going to continue to sacrifice myself for the situation that ain't sacrificing the same for
Mhm.
me? You know what I mean? Like, remember, when you get my age, you're going to be sitting down somewhere, and do you want it to hurt as much? Or do you want to go somewhere and win and make those sacrifices? And they put that type of energy into you. So, Cincinnati Bengals got a lot to think about coming up.
That's true. Both him and the team. You're right. So
Yep. Yep. Trey Hendrickson got up out of there. He said, should I take less money just to get the fuck up out of here?
that's crazy. But
Sometimes it be like that, man.
true, true that. True, true. All right, well, I mean, that's it on my end. You got any sports punch to throw in the mix?
Man,
Any new flavors?
I ain't got no new flavors. I hope y'all been enjoying what we've been doing, what we've been trying to build and create. Just tell Keith to start posting his goddamn videos and everything, and
I'll
we'll keep
post
on.
one other day. I'm doing one each day, just so it
Uh-huh.
stay in the algorithm.
Uh-huh. Yeah, so we gonna keep doing it and we gonna keep adding whatever we can. And if I can get people to come on here and co-host with us and talk some shit, and I can just sit back and watch and just laugh at niggas and see what we got going on, I'm gonna do that. You know, if he can bring on people, that's cool as well. But we gonna
Bro,
continue to do what
I've
we
got
do.
like at least about 4 or 5 people like, hey, put me on the podcast, man. I'm like,
Jump on there, yeah. And then at some point, like I said, we can go live. You know what I'm saying? We just start going live at some point in time was that on a Tuesday? It can go whoop on a
oh,
Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? So we'll be able to do that. You know, it's just a matter of you saying, hey, you want to do it and everything, and then linking the channels up together and everything, and just having some fun. But other than that, man, life is good. I'm appreciative of the weather and the fact that I'm able to wake up every day and be blessed to do this and do everything else that I'm able to do. Um, I don't know if I'm gonna cook or if I'm gonna go grab something to eat somewhere. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I do want some
fake
pizza.
decent outside, fake decent, but not
Fake
actually. It's
decent
actually
outside.
kind of chilly, actually more than it was than you expected.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I don't know.
pizza
I probably,
can't go wrong with pizza.
man,
You
I may
could.
stay in and order some pizza, man, and go get me a bottle of tequila.
Any fight tonight?
Oh,
Fight
oh,
tonight.
it's it's okay. So there is a fight. The main event card tonight, the prelims went off earlier. All right, so the main event fight tonight is Tyson Fury versus
Mm,
some jagoff that I never heard of. Let me pull up the fight card. All right.
some Jaguar. I ain't never.
Jagoff. Hey, you know, hanging around Rod, you know, Rod put that in
Some
my system.
Jagoffs. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, there it is. You just said it. Fucking jagoffs. Yeah, where is it? That
Those.
dude will have you cracking up, man.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, he's a funny character.
All right, so the card is once it gets to the main event, because some of the prelims just happened early, which I was watching on YouTube.
Okay.
I don't know if it's some more the fight is happening. Let me see if I can pull it up. Hold on, burr with me. Let me see if they
Girl,
got
you
anything
wanna
else happening.
ride with me? You can get low. Pop up on the Chevy
Started
floor.
at 1 p.m., so they might have some stuff going on.
Is it top rank or is it like
Oh man, the card is actually going on. Whoa. Oh man, it's actually happening right now. It's in the first on Netflix.
oh
So
shit. Oh,
yeah, you can watch that.
yeah.
So
Let's
it's
wrap this
Ben versus
shit up.
Prograde. Yeah, Ben and Prograde going. Wow. So they actually went at it is overseas. So the main event will be Conor. Well, it's happening right now. Conor Ben versus Regis Prograde. I expect Conor Ben to knock him out.
Yeah.
Because Prograde is a little bit older and he's not as fluid no more. He's been in some pretty hard fights, and
Ooh.
I don't think his legs are really there anymore. So the man that fight should go to Conor Ben by decision or by knockout, and then the next fight would be Tyson Fury versus
Oh, let
some
me talk
Jagoff that I
to him.
never heard of. Where is it? Where's this Jagoff at, man?
Maka. Ma
Yeah, I got to see it though. I don't.
Mahmoudov. Some shit. Mahmoudov.
Makhmudov, yeah, Makhmudov. So Tyson Fury should go ahead and get a decision win over that. I don't know if he's gonna knock that guy out. So, ladies and
Mm.
gentlemen, we're gonna end the podcast right here because we giving y'all enough information. We'll be back with another episode. I think coming up in the next week. When I say the next week, the actual Tuesday coming up, not just like a week from now. But unless
Mhm.
Keith got something going on, because you know he like sniffing cocaine out of girls' booty holes. So we gotta, you know.
That's always a possibility, but nah, I'm cool. This Tuesday, we in the flow of it right now. I'm just trying to stay in the flow of it. That's why like we're going to let Erica and them know like May sometime because once I take a day off from this, it's gonna be hard to get back into it. So let's keep this
What
going
do you
until
mean? I mean, the day that they want, it shouldn't be disturbing
they
anything that
try to
we
do
got going
Tacos
on.
Tuesday. We already know what we
On the
do on Tuesday,
16th, though, it's on the it's that's on the wait. What day was that?
15th or 14th.
They said they want to do it on like yeah.
Tuesday on the 14th.
Oh, they did want to do it on like on the 14th and everything. I said it's up to y'all, but you know what I'm saying. But that is the day that we really do our cast and everything. So y'all can act like this ain't shit that to y'all, but this is what we do. So listen. We gonna get on up out of here, but they have to do it on a day where we ain't really doing nothing, and make it work. So it ain't got to be a Taco Tuesday, but there are some great tacos out here. Oh, there's a place I want to check out, man. And maybe me and you could just do it. Where's this place at?
Yeah. Bink, bink, bink.
Mink, mink, mink.
Ooh. Then,
The place is called Dick Waffles, fried
uh,
chicken and burgers.
wait, you dead ass?
Yeah,
Or was it a spot that had like they had like dick and pussy shaped like waffles and shit?
yeah,
Oh, okay, gosh, yeah, okay.
yeah.
He ain't got no legs on him. I don't know about doing the purple, but no,
Only
okay.
if the ladies want to go with us. I ain't gonna be up
Yeah,
in
cause I'm
there.
gonna say I was like
I
that's
ain't gonna
kind
be
of
up there
wild for two.
glizzed out like that. If the girls want to
Yeah,
go,
yeah, yeah,
they can
yeah.
do that. But if they ain't doing it, I ain't going. So
Oh, okay, I was
um,
like, I want to check. I'm like,
no,
they got
that's for them.
we got to bring
Yeah,
some,
they got to
some
be them. They got to be them.
ladies.
No, it got to be them. That's why I said if they want to do that, we can do that. But for us, I wanted to check out an actual chicken spot, but they were closed. It's a really good spot. But with all that said, remember the mission statement when you're striving for greatness. God never puts you in the driver's seat if it's taken. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? This is Keep Too Tall. I am Brother O, and we are done with this podcast. Y'all take care and enjoy the rest of y'all day.
Don't have no
Bambanski.
bitch.